Hello? Oh my gosh. It's been a minute. By a minute, it's been like what? 6 days? 7 days? 6, 7? Roku Nana? Mabusai, everybody. I missed you, Shipwrecks. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Oh boy, I'm so tired. Wait, let's start the timer. Oopsies. Yes, we are continuing subathon today. I don't know if I wanted to say fortunately or unfortunately, but we are continuing today. We are continuing subathon today. Oh my gosh. I'm running a double Oshi the moment, a size on my phone and a different VTuber on my PlayStation. That's crazy. Dual wielding VTuber streams, insane. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope everybody is doing okay. As for me, I've had a weekend. I don't think I actually mentioned it on stream because I wasn't sure if I wanted to. But while I was on the trip, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not? I guess not many people were surprised, but I did attend Pokemon regionals in Seattle. Yes, that was why I was gone this weekend. There were some people, I think, speculating that I was playing, which, to be fair, yeah, there was probably a good chance that I was playing. However, I was not. I actually worked the event, which was crazy. I was judging Masters Division this weekend, and it was an experience, to say the least. Just to keep the timer going. Thank you so much, King Kais, for the 9 months. But yes, I had the opportunity to judge Masters Division for TCG this weekend. So that was a lot of fun. I got to, instead of being on the player side, I was on the other side of things, helping, making sure that the event was running smoothly on the TCG side. So yeah, it was a very, very long day. Very long day. You know, it's so funny. How was Masters? Anyone recognize you? One person, but it was like, it's been like the same person that has recognized me. I've seen them at my meet and greets, and they did come and say hi to me, and they were like, whoa, I thought you were playing. I'm like, no, I'm judging this weekend. And this shipwreck made day 2, which was crazy. You know, I was watching and I was like, oh damn, that's the day 2 tables. Did you see Pokemon Presents? Of course I did. That was literally, chat, the reason why I wasn't able to stream was because I just couldn't stream. I was literally in a hotel when the Pokemon Presents was happening. So, yeah. Bryce, thank you so much for the Supa. I plan on choosing the new water type. Speaking of winds and waves, seems like a perfect opportunity for our goddess to collab with the leader of Team Sky one day. Yeah, we can talk about that. From what I have seen, I like Pomban. I think all the starters, all 3 of them are super duper cute. But I have just a slight bias to Pomeranians. I used to have one, but unfortunately passed away a while back when I was younger. So Pomban reminds me of my puppo. So I will be picking Pomban, probably. And if my second choice is actually was it Broud? The green starter. I love all of them. Like Gekwa, super cool. Okay, I think most people might be like, Poseidon, you have to pick the water one, but it's actually my least favorite of the 3. So I like Pomban. I think my final decision will be made once I see the evolutions. I think that is when I will make a final decision. But as of right now, starter of choice is Pomban. Honestly, I don't think anybody was super surprised when Gen 10 was called Winds and Waves. I think this was like leaked so long ago. So long ago. So, yeah. I don't know who at Game Freak's been leaking stuff, but they need to find that person. Yeah, they need to find that person. But yeah, it was kind of special being Seattle Regionals during the 30th anniversary. I felt like it was the most like appropriate timing to have a regionals, and not only that, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Pokemon NA is actually based in Seattle, so that is super fun. I got to meet up with some great peeps over the weekend too. I got to meet with some other content creators and everything. I went to like a Twitch community meet thing. I got invited and it was a lot of fun. I got to talk some Pokemon with people and it was a great time. So I don't know if anybody from there is here, but hi, it was nice meeting you. Have you seen the Pokemon Champions characters? I did. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I'm kind of hyped for Champions. I know there was a lot of people angry, and honestly, rightfully so, that there's only 3 free Pokemon slots, and if you want more slots, you have to pay for it, which is like, but it's, I hope it's not expensive. I hope it's not. I hope it's not expensive. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do my BGC arc once Champions is out. I don't think it's a good time to get into BGC, especially when I believe Scarlet and Violet is on its last season. There were also some discussions about Winds and Waves releasing next year, and I've said it on stream, and I'll say it again. Honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind waiting if that means the game is good. Like, not just like story-wise or anything, but it runs good. It runs good. So, yeah. Do you really need more than 30? I think people who play a lot of VGC that want to run like a bunch of teams, different teams, might like having more than 30. But I don't know, 30 seems like it's a decent amount. But then again, I don't play VGC, so I can't really say. I'm not talking from a VGC player perspective, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think they're taking the extra time to make sure, 1, it runs well, and 2, like, it's a good game, because this is the 10th generation. This is low-key, like, a special generation. This is our 10th one. So I'm not angry that Game Freak is going to be taking some extra time. I think this is one of the biggest gaps we've had between gens, which I think is fine, you know, but I'm just kind of interested to see what Game Freak has in store to keep Pokemon fans busy while we wait. Speaking of Game Freak giving us stuff that's giving Pokemon fans, keeping them busy, I don't even think is Game Freak the one who's doing Pokopia? I'm actually shocked. I don't know if maybe it's just like trolling on Twitter or whatever, but is it true that like Pokopia is like a super high rated game? I don't know. I don't believe stuff like that until I play it. And here's the thing, if you know something about me, I love cozy games. Stardew Valley is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I cannot find a game that gives me the same high that Stardew Valley does, okay? For me, it's really hard. I've tried other cozy games, quote unquote, farming sims, and they just don't give me the same high that Stardew Valley does. So, I will be the judge on Friday, because we're gonna be playing it on Friday on stream, if Pokopia is good. I will be the judge. I will be the judge. Yeah, it's surprisingly going strong. Yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, huh, was highly rated, hello? But we'll see. I love Animal Crossing. I love Stardew Valley. Like, those games are so up my alley. And here's the thing, it's really hard for me to not play games, cozy games outside of those two, because I've tried, and it's just not the same. So I'll be holding Pokopia to a pretty high standard on Friday, but it's either my worst mistake or it's going to be my undoing. Because if I get addicted to this game, GG chat, GG. I will not be doing anything for the next month. I have an exam on Monday, by the way. I actually told myself I wouldn't be streaming much this week, but we'll see. I actually should have put on, I forgot, I think Friday I might need to push stream by an hour. I think I signed up for a meet and greet on Friday, but we'll see. We'll see. Either that or I move it to Saturday. I actually put up my schedule and then I realized, like, oh crap, there's a mistake. So I might repost it today. I guess you had fun at Pokemon Regionals. I did! It was a lot of fun. You know, I think the venue that they chose was a very interesting venue. They had the Regionals on the 4th floor of the venue, and the venue was split into 2 exhibit halls, which I think was such a good idea, because one of my biggest complaints when it comes to, like, regionals and stuff, they put everyone in the same room. So all the Pokemon Go players, they put all the VGC players, all the TCG players for all 3 divisions, as well as the vendors and, like, any of the other activities they have. They put them all in the same room. And it gets so crowded. So it was really nice that they actually separated TCG and they put them in a different room and they put VGC and Go in another room, as well as, like, the stream room. So, I liked that. However, it was, because of that, it did feel like a pain in the ass to have to walk across the venue to get to point A to point B, but it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't that big of a deal. But I had a lot of fun. I got to see some friends too. Some friends from Pokemon TCG community that came to say hi. So if you were one of those people, thank you for coming to say hi to me, even though I was working this weekend. I think I worked. So I worked Saturday. I clocked in at like 6:30 and I didn't leave the venue until like 9:30. So I worked a long shift. I was there before the players got there and I was one of the last people to leave. So I don't think I can do results. It seems a bit stressful. No, I get it. It is stressful. There is side events though. I actually got to play side events the day 0 because I wasn't working. So I was just like, I might as well just go play sides. So I got to play pods and it was super fun. So if you're just like, I highly recommend people who love Pokemon, like playing the card game or playing like the game VGC and stuff, even if you don't want to compete, I think you should go get a spectator pass and just check it out, because there's even other stuff to do. Like there's like a gaming lounge, there's like, you can watch the stream matches live, like there's side events, so they're like much more casual events. There's like a lot of like places they teach you how to play. There's like a prize wall too for sides, so you can like grind side events and exchange your tickets you get from sides for like cool prizes and packs. So it's a lot of fun. So the last regionals I had attended before this, I attended Las Vegas, and I actually did not attend as a competitor. I attended as a spectator. So I got to play sides all day, and it was a lot of fun. I actually almost topped the challenge that weekend, but I dropped like the last round because I just didn't want to play anymore. I think I top 16'd it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, it's a good opportunity just to see how things go, and it's also cool watching, right, pro players play, because I feel like it's so different than watching just like a regular match at locals. Yeah, the raid boss from Purple Cliff videos. There's like the special formats, and then there's like pods where they put you with like a group of 4, and you just do like a round robin, and you just play each other, and that's it, and you get points, and it's like really quick. One of the last things I did when I was working over there was they had me run pods, so they had me run side events for like the last like 2 hours of the day, because usually the players that don't do well in the tournament, at the end of the tournament, they go to side events to play. Yeah, I genuinely had a great team this weekend. They had like oh my god, they had like 8 teams, so there might have been like 100+ judges just on the floor for TCG. That was it. That's not even including like the rest of the tournament. So that's not including the VG judges and like the side event judges, the people who run like the back end. So there was so many staff this weekend. But I got put into a team with some wonderful people, and it was truly an experience that was super rewarding. I feel like I learned a lot, as well as just had a great time. So I don't know, maybe I'll keep judging for regionals in the future, because this was my first one. I think a lot of people were also surprised to hear that I'm not just a player. I think I've talked about it a few times. I think what do I say? How do I say this? I've talked about it a few times, but I don't talk about it a lot. But I do judge. I'm in my 3rd year of judging Pokemon TCG, so I would like to think I'm a seasoned judge now. I've been around for a hot minute, and I'm confident I can run events on my own, like locally and stuff. So yeah, that's a little fun fact. I'm actually technically, judges are Pokemon professors. We have to like renew our license every year. I renewed mine, I think 5 months ago. So I am a certified Pokemon professor. 3rd anniversary, Judge Sai. Just wondering, do you side events hosts provide the Pokemon? If not, could players get disqualified for Gen Pokemon? For TCG, you have to provide your own deck. If you play like the other side events, like the raid battles and stuff, they'll provide it for you. But if you're playing like TCG standard, they won't. Hi, Rainbow Moon Pony. I low-key want to be a TCG judge. It's a lot of fun. It is. I actually really enjoy it. Also got my V-card boxes. Pray for good pose. Yeah, I'm gonna open V-card next week, guys. I know there's a new set. I'm so sad. I actually forgot that this set was releasing this weekend, so I didn't get a chance to like tweet about it and stuff. But yes, new V-card set. I will open it next week. I'm trying to fit. I was gonna do Magic this week on stream, but I'm pushing it out till next week. So yeah, we'll do that next week. I have, oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing after stream today, I'm on the waiting list, okay, for this Heroines Cup for One Piece after stream today. I'm torn, chat. I don't know what to play. I have Blue Yellow Nami built, and I also have Bonnie built. But I already know half my locals are gonna be on Bonnie, so I'm probably gonna play a lot of Mirror, and I just can't. I don't know. I'm so torn. Because I have Boa, I have Nami, I have Bonnie, I have almost every single deck, like, so I just don't know. Nami's really good into Bonnie. If they don't put down Tashigi, I can Gravity Blade for ages, man. Love that. I have a sub, nice. Aren't you already Magic? House, somebody probably gifted a sub. You need to take care of a cost kid. I run Blaze Slice to rest Tashigi and Red Rock Kid, hell yeah. Can I borrow your Boa deck real quick? You have to promise me you'll give it back to me. I had to sell some organs to build that deck. I had to sell some organs. How are you today? I'm doing good. How are you? Can you guys tell I had caffeine today? Oh, also, before anybody asks, yes, my foot is okay. Yesterday, I started my morning off. I was making coffee, and I was just so tired that I didn't realize that I was holding the kettle like down. So then a bunch of boiling hot water like spilled onto my foot, and I was wearing socks, okay, but it still hit my foot, and yeah, I think I have a 1st degree burn, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It didn't blister or anything, so. Did you see the newest One Piece trailer? I have not. I put it on my watch later list. What tree is Sai if she's a Pokemon professor? What's a sea tree? I sold so many cards for my Boa deck. I went to credit card debt for my Boa deck. Okay, that's kind of a lie. I went into credit card debt for Kumais, not the Boas. I went into debt for Kuma. Is stream dying or just me? I've been one of the few Namis at my locals. I don't know what my locals are playing. I'm hoping, because I'm number 2 on the wait list for the event tonight. I'm still gonna show up If I don't play, that's fine. Whatever. I would like to play, though. I would like to play. I've never caused accidents. I'm always surprised if anyone has a situation. I've never had that happen to me before. I was just so tired. Does Sandy's tree dome count as a tree? Someone give me a sub. Can I join your streams? Oh, no, you're good. You're fine. Credit card debt in 2026. I paid my debt. I'm very happy to say that I am not in debt right now. I don't know if I will be able to say the same at the end of this month. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my cat is knocking stuff down. Hello? Perona slept on for the cup. I wish I could have played Perona. I don't have all the pieces I need for a Perona deck. I wish. So I don't know. I'm bringing both tonight, and then we'll see. I don't have a lot of practice on Nami, but I would like to think I am really good at Bonnie, because that's all I played for like maybe 8 months was Bonnie. So I'm playing like almost like an older build of it. So we shall see. We shall see. I was hoping to run, like, if I were to play Nami tonight, I was hoping to run the Thriller Barks package, but none of my friends had the cards. Let me reword that. None of my friends wanted to lend me the cards. None of my friends wanted to lend me the cards. And I'm just like, you guys are assholes. I'm gonna give it back to you. Crying emoji. Crying. You know what? It's fine. I will not be salty. I won't be salty. Yeah, hit rates are doo-doo. True. You know, yeah, actually, never mind. I did have to sell a few organs for Nami. I had to buy the girl promos, which were like 20 each. I bought them for, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. Smiles. It's fine. It's not fine. Call me Lanny and Randy? Hell yeah. I sold my soul to run my waifu decks. Real! I think... Hold up. I was gonna say, I only play waifu decks, but that's a lie. I don't know if you can count Mihawk and Ace waifus. I do have like a regional coming up for One Piece, and I don't know what I'm gonna play. I've been really stuck with what I want to play for One Piece. It's been either Mihawk or Ace. Maybe Boa. I low-key hope they ban Yellow Nami so I don't have to shell out for a playset. You guys think that, because they're gonna do a ban list for One Piece, I think at the end of this month. What do you guys think is gonna get banned? I think that Vegapunk event's gonna get banned because it's too broken. With the Borsalinos. I'm trying to think what else is ban worthy. What else is gonna get got coming up? Someone was saying Perfume Femur, but I don't think it's that broken. Leave Emu be. Okay, can I be honest? Can I be honest? I think Emu is balanced. I don't think it's overpowered, and I don't think it's underpowered. I think Emu is balanced. I know people were tripping over the stage or whatever, but I don't think it's like that crazy. I don't know. Yeah, Borsalino needs to be limited. I don't know if he needs to be banned, but I think there needs to be a limit. I don't think Deck should be playing 4 of those. Yes, Emu takes a lot of skill to run. So I don't think it's like as overpowered as some people are like making it out to be. Because I feel like there's such a huge gap between a good Emu player and like a bad Emu player. I fall into the bad category. I think Borsalino And maybe something from Thriller Bark Engine since it's being splashed in anything. Yeah, I think the Thriller Bark Engine not being leader locked was an interesting game choice. What are your opinions on Yellow Green Yamato? One of the first decks I built. I think it's a lot of fun. I think Yellow Green Yamato, you could definitely cheese a few wins. Because there's just some decks that just can't counter out of large swings with double attack. I.e. Emu. Yeah, no Force Lino. Are you playing at regionals next month? Yes. I don't know if I should say which one, but I am playing in a One Piece regionals. I played Emu once, it's not for me. Yeah, I have Emu built and like I can play it, it's just not fun for me. You know what I mean? Like I give me a deck and I think I can pilot it okay, but it's just not fun. It's just not fun. I don't get like brain worms, you know? I get brain worms from green decks. Like that's like my main color. If I were to choose a favorite color in One Piece, it's green. I've always been a green girly. I played a lot of green Uta. I played Bonnie, Mihawk. I even played like Perona, a little bit of Carrot here and there. Like I love green. I love that damn color. Oh, Zoro? Oh my god. Dude, I'm so sad. Zoro's low-key dead. I love how Zoro, the second Mihawk got released, just got freaking dumpstered. Like, nobody wants to play it anymore. It makes me so sad, because I really enjoyed that deck. I think it's like B tier now, but it's no longer S, unfortunato. Brain worms for Emu? No, for real, I have friends that are the same way. Yeah, yellow's a lot of fun. I also think it's the most bullshit color. What is a fun brain dead One Piece deck for a beginner? What fun brain? What like brain dead? Yellow Luffy. I will say you might need to sell an organ for that one, but it is low-key, in my opinion. In my opinion, you can disagree with me, chat. The most brain dead deck in One Piece. Dude, I got one of my friends into One Piece and they just started playing. I gave them a yellow Luffy deck to borrow, and they have won like the last 4 locals. I was like, what? Hello? Who's letting this happen? Because it's not me. Yeah, yellow Luffy. Oh god, I don't even want to get started on that deck. Yeah, it is so brain dead that it won't be. No, take your time. You're fine. Yellow purple person myself. Reiju pudding Vegapunk. Whoa, I miss Reiju. I think one of my locals is running Reiju for Heroines Cup. Like they told me, they're like, I don't care, I'm running it. Oh, that was another deck I wanted to play, but I just didn't have all the cards for. I wanted to play Shirahoshi, but my friends, again, didn't want to lend me the Megalos. And I was like, please lend it to me! Lend it! I somehow beat Yellow Luffy with Boa, and that's a horrible matchup. Dude, yeah, I know. Dude, Boa, I almost feel like it's like an auto loss for Boa, unless for some reason they just break. That's crazy. I'm playing it for Heroines Cup too. Yeah, Shirahoshi is fun. I like that she's like now considered like A, B tier now. But I just don't have the Megalos. Those are the only ones I'm missing. I needed 2 Megalos, and I asked my friends, and they're like, I don't know, Zai, should we lend you these? And I'm just like, yes! Lend it to me! It's not like I'm gonna win with it, just give me the fucking cards. Just give me the cards, let me borrow it, I'll give it to you at the end of the tournament, please! I'm so tired. Okay, over this last weekend, I actually don't think I slept much. So the first night I did not sleep. The second night, I think I slept like 12 hours. And then the next night, I think I slept like 2. It was horrible. I was running this weekend on no sleep. And it's so funny because my friends who were at the regionals, they were like, Sai, you look so dead this weekend. And I was like, it's because I was. I did not have coffee. I forgot. The one thing I forgot. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I think I tweeted on Twitter. So I was halfway to the airport. I was driving, right? And then I was like, hold up. I want to like stop by for something. So I was like going into my bag while I'm driving, right? And I was like, wait a minute. Where's my wallet? And here's the thing. I left late because I overslept. Okay, I left late to the airport because I overslept. So I'm already rushing, but I'm like, I need coffee. Okay, I'm not about to pay for a $12 coffee at the airport. Like that was just not an option. And I realized halfway through the airport, I forgot my wallet. And yeah. Can't travel without that. They won't let you on the plane. So I had to drive back. I made it onto my flight. I should not have made it onto my flight, by the way. I parked my car and I ran to the terminal. I made it on my flight 5 minutes before they closed boarding. So, never again. Usually I'm somebody that leaves like 4 hours early to the airport. But for some reason, this trip, I didn't. I overslept. And it was great. And I didn't sleep on the flight because there was a baby just crying the whole time. And this happens every single time I fly, by the way. I feel like I always get put on a plane with a screaming baby. And it was like, I could handle it for maybe like half an hour. But if we're going like 2 hours and it's just been that the whole time, I'm going to crash out. Like, I was so done. I was so done. A lot of the decks family got brought up to B tier. That's why I love this set. Those expensive to pull packs. I love the jungle meta in One Piece. I love that it just feels like, yes, okay, there's the S tier decks, but there's also the decks that are like, are good, you know? They're kind of spicy. What deck would you want to punt into this on? Blackbeard being Yu-Gi-Oh skill drain is infuriating. I don't think Blackbeard is, I'm not too worried about Blackbeard. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think there's like a deck in the meta for me right now that I just want to crash out over. I actually don't know. I have to think about that question. Oh, you know what? Red, green, Luffy. There's your answer. Red, green, Luffy. Oh yeah, Oda like hid the One Piece IRL, right? In the ocean or some shit. Shout out to my guy Oda. Shout out to my homie Oda. Dude, my tummy hurts. Tell us where. He's not gonna tell us where the One Piece is, chat. The fact he hid the One Piece IRL is insane. The fact he hid it IRL is crazy. Should the shipwreck stage on intervention after subathon to get you some sleep? Probably. I think there is a decent chance I might take like a week break after this. I feel like I've been so incredibly busy and tired. I haven't been able to like sit and relax. Like even when I got back from Seattle, I went straight to like trying to answer all the emails I had missed over the weekend. I'm still catching up on messages. Like my Discord, I don't even want to know how many DMs that I like put bookmark on because I'm like, I'm gonna respond to this later. But I'm still like catching up. And then I have another exam next week, so I've been cramming for that. So here's the thing, right? I get really bothered sometimes because not that this has happened recently. It has happened in the past with people I'm not friends with anymore, but they would always be like, Sai, you don't do anything. Like, you don't do anything. And I'm like, you don't know what? Like, here's the thing. You can call me whatever, but don't call me lazy. Like, I get my stuff done. It's just, there's so much going on at the same time. Leak your secrets. I can't say. I don't know myself. Oda is just that goated that he just somehow evaded me. He has avoided me. It's gonna be like executed by the fans like Roger, still not tell us where the One Piece is. I bet you if that ever happened, he still won't tell you. He still won't tell you. I mean, I think him and like his close team know the ending to One Piece and that one like Make-A-Wish kid, right? who's unfortunately no longer here with us. Rest in pepperoni. Rest in pepperoni. But yeah, I'm excited for the One Piece live action. Did you guys see Makenyu, the actor for Zoro? Like, he was in Los Angeles playing at a locals? That's crazy. That classmate accusing you of cheating made me crash out. Dude, okay. I tweeted about this on my alt, but so I'm taking a design class, and every week we have to like post it and like show off our designs and like our design process and everything. So this classmate of mine went into the comments of my post and was like, did you use AI? This looks like too good to be like a student work. And if this had happened to me 5 years ago, I would have just like full blown crashed out. Like I would have been like, fuck you, why would you say something like that? But no, I'm zen, I'm calm. I am calm and collected, and I'm mature, and I can handle situations in a very mature way. So, I had decided to respond. I was like, no, I did not use AI, and I'm really flattered that you think that this is better than like a student work. Here is the project files that even has the history of how I designed this. No, I did not use AI. Thank you though, I'm flattered. So he hasn't responded. But like the fact that a classmate has accused me of AI and not the professor is insane. Insane! Yeah, no, Makenyu literally missed like press tour or whatever for Los Angeles just to go into a card shop and play One Piece. Like, if that does not tell you this is not a good card game, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I think people also forget Makenyu top 8'd championships in Japan too. IRL Zoro, by the way, what an awesome dude. Shout out to that guy. I love Makenyu. Japanese Zoro IRL, bro, is just somewhere else. If this is not a sign to play One Piece card, I'm trying to give everybody I know like brain worms for One Piece, okay? Because it's a good game, okay? Even if you don't like One Piece, I think the gameplay of the actual card game itself is so good. It's so good. IRL Zoro doing side quests, not for real. Shout out to IRL Zoro. As good as One Piece Poseidon in it, I don't think so. V card superiority. Yo, listen, okay, listen. I love V card. Don't get me wrong. But the One Piece card game is just peak. It's just peak. Like I think I can confidently say that it shares like the same place for Pokemon for me. Because before Pokemon, I would say like Pokemon's my favorite card game. But I'm almost tempted to say One Piece's now. One Piece and Pokemon, I think, share the same. Dude, Taz too? Oh god, he's so hot! Oh, I wish I had a chance! I don't have a chance. That's okay. Where are you on the show? Actually, I am technically in the One Piece card game. Have you seen the character Shirahoshi? You see the new Chopper deck box? I did. It's really silly. I want it. Dude, Taz learning martial arts and professional cooking for the role was peak. Real. I actually haven't logged on to PTCG Live in forever. I don't even know what's happening on there anymore. I love that game, but I just haven't touched it in forever. I'm already planning out what I'm gonna play post rotation. I think I'm gonna play Pult or Zoroark. I don't know. Does Marty's Grimmsnarl die after rotation? Inagi, Makenyu, and Taz, the Holy Trinity. That is. Amen. You know what I appreciate? You know, I'm really happy to see more like people in my chat that play the card game because I want to just keep talking about it. I can talk about card games forever, so I'm really happy now that I feel like my community is One Piece pill just like me. They said they wanted to get Danny DeVito in the live. Who would Danny DeVito play? Just a genuine question. You know what? I saw people were trying. They were trying to get Adam Sandler to be Borsalino. It's pretty all right. Adam Sandler as Kizaru Borsalino. Ever try Weiss Schwartz? I have, and it's fine. I think out of all the Bushiroad games, I like Vanguard the most. Vanguard is pretty sick. Egghead. I haven't gotten in there yet. I was watching some Punk Hazard last night. I'm almost done with Punk Hazard. I'm a little bit afraid of the Goliath that is called Dressarosa. I'm a little bit afraid to watch that, but I'll get through it. I'll get through it. It just might take me a little bit. Dressarosa is wah. Blue Angel, thank you so much for the Prime for 9 months. Thank you. Did you see the real life One Piece at the bottom of the real life ocean? I did. Before anybody asks, I can't leak because I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of Dressarosa. But I heard it's like, even though it's long, it's still like good. Like it's not like a bad arc. It's just long. I feel like you should the OP skip for Dressarosa. It was bad. Was it that bad? Should I actually consider watching One Piece for Dressarosa? Because I've been a huge, like, I'm not gonna read manga and I'm not gonna watch One Piece. Like, those are the two things I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit and watch all of One Piece. Like, just the whole thing. And I have done so. Like, I've watched every single episode up until, like, where I'm at. I didn't skip anything. Even, like, the filler. I haven't skipped it. So, I don't know if this is where I'm finally start to consider watching One Piece. So, we shall see. Maybe I'll try it for a little bit, see how it goes, and if it's ass, then it's ass. I'll go watch One Piece. Have you watched any movies lately? I've not. I've watched Bridgerton, but I don't know if anybody here wants to talk about Bridgerton because wow, this last season was so good. John Cena as Frankie? Dude, John Cena as Frankie would be sick! It's just like we use the same clips to fill in episode time. Wonderful. Dressarosa has multiple flashbacks of the same flashbacks. That is horrible. Yeah, it's I will deeply consider One Piece going into Dressarosa. I will deeply consider it. But here's the thing, like I watch One Piece on my Netflix account and it's on my smart TV. So if I want to watch One Piece, I would have to like hook up like a laptop to my TV, which has been a pain in the ass, but we'll see. What's a fun new Pokemon deck to play that is not meta? Festival lead. I think actually, if I can look. I think actually quite a few festival leads made day 2, as well as Slow Kings made day 2. It seemed like those were some of the fun rogue decks this weekend. It's long, 5 minutes dedicated to pre-rolls and post-rolls. Amazing. Yeah! Let's go! I love not card games. I love One Piece. No, genuinely, I do. There was a Crustle that made top 32. That sounds like a nightmare. Alakazam, I guess that's considered meta now. There was a lot of Alakazams in the room. There was a top 60, or no, not top 60, 66 place Slow King. Crustle, there's a Flareon box. Yeah, a lot of Goldango. Dude, fuck that deck. No, genuinely, fuck that deck. Hi, Taylor! Vanguard's always fun. Vanguard's like my fun game. Mega Sharpedo? Mega Sharpedo's fun. I don't know. I'm a huge Marnie's Grimmsnarl Glazer right now. If I could afford to buy the... Actually, you know, it's a good opportunity. How much is the illustration rare for Marnie's Grimmsnarl? Last I checked, it was like $100. If I could afford to buy 2 Marnie's Grimmsnarls, I would, but I'm too brokies for that. It's 90 bucks. $90 is a little steep for me for a card. I have a hard time even justifying buying like a $15 card, let alone a $90 card. So unfortunate. First deck I've ever played was Marnie. It's a good deck! It's a good deck! I won all of my pods this weekend with Grizzarl. I played pods the first day, or the day 0, and I won all of them. It's a good deck! It does take some brain power though, but for me it's like I'm okay with it because I've been playing it for a while and I like playing it. Honestly, a little bit slept on. I think people underestimate the power of Frostlass. So many things in the game have abilities that Frostlass freaking hurts. I've done the full One Piece journey 4 times now. You rewatched One Piece 4 times? Is Rocket, I think Rocket will be meta after rotation. I actually genuinely think Team Rocket, the Team Rocket box is gonna be good after rotation. Just 1 more month, chat! 1 more month! And then we're gonna be back. 1 more month. Man, I really want to buy the Full Art Ultra Balls, but I don't know, they're $15 each. Do I have $60 to shill right now on Ultra Balls? Full Art Ultra Balls. I hope you guys have comfort knowing that all the subs for Subathon go straight to my... Wait, this person's selling them for $12 each. Bro, I might actually buy it. I'm buying it. How much is shipping? Oh. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I need to buy my ends PP ups too. I need my ends PP ups. I know, chat, I'm being bad. Wait, how much are Badoos? Badoo. Badoo. Not me buying Pokemon cards on stream. Listen, chat, this is important! This is important business. I hope you know this is important. I have to pause our regular scheduled programming for this right now. So I do apologize. I do deeply apologize. Dude, the Mega Diancie is so nice. I really want the Mega Diancie. But I'm also sitting here like, when am I ever gonna find somebody selling 4 Full Art Ultra Balls again? I might be paying more. Wah! Evo, thank you for the gift. Thank you. You're awesome. You are awesome. Smiles. You are awesome. Smiles. Oh my god. Do I want to spend $80 right now? Wait, chat, let me look at my... I told myself, I was like, wait. I have no credit card debt. Ends is fun as a promise if an instant win is goofy, even if it's unviable. Facts. And that's facts. Do I buy the Badoos now? I spent so much on cards this weekend. You know what they say? Debt is temporary, swag is forever. Debt is temporary, swag is forever! Oh my god. I don't know, chat. Maybe I might pass on the Badoos. I might just buy the Ultra Balls. I think the Ultra Balls, are more important to me than the Badoos. I can get the Badoos later, but I want the Ultra Balls. Okay, I bought the Ultra Balls. I got the Ultra Balls for like 12 bucks each, which is not bad. Metal EX? What are we, what? I'm probably going right now for Frost Last. I'm probably gonna play Zoroark or Polt. Is Marnie's Grimmsnarl gonna be fine after rotation? Genuine question. I need to get more Tudor. I need to get, yeah, I need to buy the Corbos. I need to buy the Corbos. Monkey lost my hurt, but wait, hold on. Is Monkey Dory rotating? I should know this. I think it is. Actually, yeah, I think it is. I think Grim will be decent. No? Wait, what set is Monkey Dory? Twilight. Oh, I think we're chilling. I think we're chilling. Yeah, no, we're chilling. We have this card for one more fuck-ass format! It is not. One second. Sorry, handling something real quick. Twilight base, yeah? Hell yeah. Twilight Masquerade. Ever thought about making your own dice? Maybe. Maybe. Eyes emoji. Eyes emoji, eyes emoji. Guys, I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you all the cool stuff I'm doing this year, but I can't. My manager would kill me if I were to tell you all of the cool things that I'm doing this year for Sai. All I'm gonna say is I hope you guys have some money saved. I hope you guys have money saved. I need to do another, what do you call it? Poll. Is it a poll? I think about the right word. Another poll for what you guys want as merch. Pokepad or 15? I'm waiting. So I was gonna buy Pokepads this weekend from the vendors, and then I was waiting, I'm waiting for the full art. Oh, I hope that you have money saved. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you have money saved. It's not, okay, I will say, I don't think anything's happening like super soon, but probably going into quarter 3 and 4 of this year, it'll be some cool stuff. Are you gonna do a reaction to the Mikey's reaction threads? Probably not. I feel weird reacting to somebody reacting to something else. I'm brokey now, remember. I will say, I don't think anything I'm releasing this year, I think minus one thing. I think everything's not limited. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I have to double check. But yeah, there's some fun stuff happening. Trust. Have your wallet saved. Can I get a ballpark of how much my wallet might suffer? It depends, really. Like some stuff, okay. I think it's been like a general thing that every single time I do an outfit debut, I'm gonna be releasing playmat and sleeves. Those are like the two things. Oh, and Dawn. Poseidon. I think it'd be really cool at some point to have like all different kinds of Poseidon Dawn, and people can make like Poseidon Dawn decks for One Piece. I think it'd be cool. So those are like the 3 items I think I'm gonna keep releasing. As for like other items, I can't say, but I am trying out some new stuff this year. That's all. I guess that's all I can say is I am trying out some new merch this year, and hopefully branch out of just doing trading card game merch and having more general Poseidon merch that, yeah, because I feel like the TCG merch is nice because a good chunk of my community are card game players, but then there's like the some that are like not, either they're not card game players and they're just like collecting, or they're just very, very casual that they won't be able to like bring the merch anywhere. So I wanted to do like other stuff, and I'm not saying, by the way, this is not me saying that I'm doing this, it's just like listing more general merch, like just examples, right? Like stuff like apparel, like shirts and stuff would be cool. Like I would love to do shirts. A plushie would be cool, but the problem with plushies is that they're very expensive to manufacture. So I have to, like, if I were to do a plushie, it probably will have to be like one of those things where it's like a campaign where people might have to pledge, and then if there's enough pledges, then the manufacturer goes, okay, yeah, we can make that. We can do that. I know there was some like discussion about doing like lanyards and stuff, or like peeker stickers and stuff like that. I honestly don't know. I also do want to do merch that is more like exclusive and everything, but again, making merch is so expensive sometimes because the way it works is that often, you know, somebody like the company will contact a manufacturing facility, and the manufacturing facility has a minimum. They have to be able to create the product, right? So because it costs money, it costs a lot of money for materials, it costs a lot of money to boot up the machines. So it does take like a hot minute, or not hot minute, it does take a hot minute to get it done. But it's also like one of those things where if they're making a lot, obviously the seller, right, has to be able to sell it all. So it's kind of sometimes a little bit risky, especially I feel like at my size where I'm not like a big VTuber. Selling merch is a little bit like, a risk. So yeah, I've always wanted to wrestle with my Psy plush. I would love one. I would absolutely love one. I pledged for a plushie once. It was a good experience. I think plushies are super cute, and I want to do a plushie one day. I would love to do a plushie one day. One day. But yeah, I think as one of my main motivations to grow as well is to have more opportunities to do merch, because this is not like because these companies are like being mean or anything, because I understand why they make certain decisions and why they do certain things. But if you're like not big enough and you want to do merch, sometimes they're like, I don't know if we can do this merch, but maybe we can look into another option that could be a little more friendly. And like if we were to sell yet less units of it, right, we would be okay. It's a lot of that. It's like a numbers game too. So it's hard. But I'm actually very thankful to say that like my TCG merch has actually been doing pretty well. So thank you guys for supporting me, because I feel like if there's a way to support me, yes, I love gifted subs, I love super chats, I love the members and all that donations, but I feel like if you really want to support me and still get something super duper cool out of it, go buy my merch, because that one, it's really great quality, and two, it's like I still get supported, you guys get something awesome out of it, and it's just overall I feel like a win-win for everyone, you know? Yeah, I did see that, Dark Galaxy. Would it be a Psy or mascot plushie? Probably a Psy one. I want to do a mascot one at some point. I do. But yeah, speaking of, can one of my mods like spam my merch link in the chat? Yeah, you guys should go buy my merch. I think there's still bundles. There's still bundles available. You should go buy my bundles. You will buy my merch. You will buy my merch. You will buy my merch. Yeah, go buy my merch. Thank you for the merch. I can't pin announcements for whatever goddamn reason. Whatever goddamn reason. Also, chat, if it isn't too much for me to ask this month, I need to put it on the stream. But we are trying to hit Partner Plus again on Twitch. We did lose it back in January. We were always so close. So if you can, do consider also subbing to my channel, not with a Prime sub, but like you subbing to the channel yourself. Because if we hit Partner Plus, that means I do get a little more payout from Twitch. So just know I will throw you around. You guys have to promise me if I get a plushie, you guys wouldn't put it in a jar. You guys have to promise me that. Can you pinky promise you won't do something like that, chat? You wouldn't do something like that. Pinky swear. My chat's not gonna pinky swear. My chat is not gonna pinky swear. Crying, crying, crying. Voodoo doll, no! I will say, I think I really want a plushie where you can take off the clothes and you can give her different clothes. I think that'd be so funny. The happy, oh, those are like the I don't want to say jacket. That's not what it is. I don't want to lie. What do you mean you don't want to lie? No jars from me. I want a plushie so bad. I want a side plushie. I pinky swear if I got a plushie, I would not jar it. I would sit to all of my Pokemon. I thought you said you were gonna sit on it. I don't want you guys to sit on me. It should be the other way around. I miss streaming, chat. I actually genuinely missed it. I felt so empty the last few days. I feel like my friends that I went with to Seattle with, they were just like, Sai, we're so fucking sick of you. And I'm like, I get it. I'm also sick of myself. I wanna yap with my chat because they at least like let me do it. If Saida does not see you put the plushie in the jar, oh, no. No, I will know. I will know. I will know if you put me in a jar. I will know. I am watching you. By the way, if you buy my plushie, it means I'm watching you. I can see everything you're doing. Yeah, I see that hentai you're watching in bed, lying down with your AirPods in. I see that. I see you jorking it. I'm just kidding. Chat, she's being parasocial. No, I'm not! I'm not being parasocial. Me being parasocial, never. I would never do such a thing. I sees all. I am the seer of all. Wait, is that how you say it? I am see all. Sus. Me, sus. I could never. 1 second. Why are my friends asking me for cards? You did not let me borrow cards when you had them, so why should I let you borrow my cards? But then part of me is like, I should be the bigger person. Resident Evil 9 was really good. I am not like super into Resident Evil. I know that there's some people that are like really into it, but I don't know. What kind of friends don't like you do that? Listen, you guys think listen, they love me. I know my friends love me, okay? They treat me so well. But then when you spend a whole like weekend with me where I just don't know when to shut the fuck up, it gets a little bit too much, you know? You can never escape me. I do. No, you can't escape me. I'm always watching. Even when you guys don't think I'm watching, I'm always watching. I see what's going on. Don't think I don't know what you're doing right now. I see you watching me in bed. Who's watching me on a PlayStation? Escape was never an option. And that's facts! Hi, Strawberry Creams. Hi, hello. Hi. Yeah, I want to do more card game stuff this month. I want to do more hand cam stuff. Are you ready for March 10th, aka Mario Day? Is that when the movie's coming out? Oh, it's coming out April 1st. Okay. That would have been cool if they released it on March 10. No, it's... Yeah, oh my god, it's so soon already. Did you guys see they cast, what is it, Kristen Bell as Amy Rose? I feel like that's such a W casting for Sonic 4. If you guys don't know who she is, she's Anna from Frozen. I'm just like, wait, that's actually low-key banger casting. I don't play Resident Evil because I'm not a fan of first-person shooter. There are only 2 first-person shooters, and that's Overwatch and Helldivers. Dude, I remember when Helldivers was so much fun, and then it, like, exploded, and then I feel like it never came back. It, like, didn't come back, unfortunately. I mean, there was some people playing it, but it wasn't as big as it used to. I'm scared. Can I go now? No, you can't leave. You can't leave. Yeah, Kristen is a great choice for Amy. I agree. I will say, one of my favorite roles she's ever done. Has anybody seen The Good Place? Genuinely one of my favorite shows of all time. It's such a good show. So good. I think everybody should watch The Good Place. I feel like The Good Place... So for like the longest time, it's funny because I went to therapy for this when I was younger. I had a really big fear of dying. Like, okay, if we're doing a slight immersion break, okay, me as a human, I had a really big fear, like, in high school of, like, the fear of dying. Like, what happens after you die? And one of my friends at the time had recommended me to watch The Good Place. And this show, I don't know how to describe it, but it genuinely made me feel not scared anymore of death. And it's a comedy show. It's like not a sitcom. Is it a sitcom? I don't know if it falls under sitcom. But it's a comedy show, but it actually has it has such a strong like message, and it's like, oh, it's so good. It really delves into like the human nature, you know. So good. I recommend everybody watch The Good Place. It's a good show. Good show. Yeah, I played Sonic games as a kid. I played a lot of Sonic Wii games. My favorite Sonic game, I know this is a very niche, a very, very niche pick, but I absolutely love Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Like, very specifically that one. Feel like you enjoy Warhammer or Warframe Chaos, and trust me, you'd find a way to enjoy it. I'm not even kidding. 65 playable frames. Oh my god, that's a lot. Our specialized vibrant coats designed for fans wearing at concerts. Ooh, I should make one of those. Would anybody buy those? Like, actually. Like, actually. I miss Sai, so much my tear ducts broke. No! I love the Sonic Rider games. They're so good, right? They're actually like so genuinely good. Underrated games, in my opinion. That is a very specific pick. Yeah, no, so my parents, they didn't really understand like video games very much. So when I was a kid, they would like buy just like random video games because they're like, oh, video games, Sai will like it. So they bought me Sonic Rider Zero Gravity, and mind you, I was never like a huge Sonic fan before this, so they bought it for me and I played the fuck out of this game. Holy shit, I think I would 100% the game like 5 times. I like did all the missions, I 3-starred everything. Like, it was such a good game. And that's what got me into Sonic. Like, I fucking love Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. And then I didn't have like access to the old Sonic Riders, so I had a friend that did, and I would go to their house and play Sonic Riders. Like, I didn't even care, like horrible as it sounds, I didn't even care about like my friend at the time. I cared that they had a game system that I could play that game on. I know that sounds horrible, but I was just like, let me play on the game. I really want to play Sonic Riders. So yeah, I love Jet the Hawk. I'd kiss that thing. You had no life. I still have no life. I'm a VTuber. I'm just kidding. I swear I touch grass. I touch grass. Thanks, Xbox 360. I mean, friend. Thank you. The Sonic Adventure series, Sonic Adventure 2 based. And then I had a really, my parents like realized that I really like Sonic. So then you know what they bought me next? They bought me Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Banger game, by the way. They bought me very specifically the winter one. I actually think I still have Mario and Sonic. Like, I have the newest one on my Nintendo Switch. Peak party game. Honestly, underrated. I wish people would talk about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games more. I think they stopped making those games now. See, my parents didn't get it. They didn't get it. They were just like, oh, Sonic, I just buy whatever. Love that game. I played the fuck out of that game. Oh, I guess the last one they did was 2020. I think that's the one I have on my Switch. I don't think I've actually played it. Oh, you know what game I really enjoyed as a kid too? Knights. It's another Sega property. I feel like not enough people talk about Knights. Oh, it's such a good game. Such a good game. They sadly did. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Another one I really enjoyed was Sonic and the Black Knight. I know they're all Wii games. I played a lot of Wii, okay? It was my Nintendo DS and my Nintendo Wii. That should tell you it should give you a good range of how old I am. Those were my two consoles. Night of the Wind! Dude, it's so good. Oh, I fucking love Sonic and the Black Knight. Pink game. Dude, why did Sonic music Loki go so hard? Can you be my Oshi? I'll be your Oshi. Sonic, can I be honest? Can I be honest? I think Sonic Unleashed like awakened something in me. I thought Werewolf Sonic was so hot. Like, oh my god, I fangirled every single time I watched him transform. I don't think I've ever said that out loud. Like, I genuinely thought he was so hot. Like, I'm so embarrassed. Crash 40 dropped so many bangers. Okay, hold up. I actually haven't seen Werehog Sonic in forever. Let me Google this. So maybe it'll be different now. Wait, low-key, he's still hot. Oh my god, chat, he's low-key. Dude, oh my god. I'm horny. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Where is it? Chat, you cannot tell me this isn't hot. Dude, Werehog Sonic's low-key sexy. Okay, listen, you have to understand. You have to understand. You have to understand. Oh my god. Dude. This is low-key crazy. Chat Lunar, thank you so much for continuing your gifted sub. I appreciate you. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of this really quick. I understand where you're coming from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to beat the Lulu. Chat, listen, look. This Matt, look, you guys, he's sexy. Never let Sai cook. I'm gonna tweet this, hold up. Raise your hand if you think Werehog Sonic is hot. Are you a furry? I'm not a furry, but I like to think there might be exceptions. There are exceptions. Okay. It's Jover. No, it's not. No, low key. I think Werehog Sonic is so sexy. I'm really sad. I wish they did more Werehog Sonic outside of Sonic Unleashed. No, Sonic Unleashed was a really good game. Like, genuinely, outside of what I just said, it's a good game. Even like the Sonic the Hedgehog like game itself is good too. Blaze the Cat, still my favorite Sonic character. Not a bad thing to be a furry. The community frankly rocks. I believe you. I have not heard like bad things coming out of that community. I feel like at least everyone's a little bit of a furry, you know? Just a little bit. Listen, if you thought Lola Bunny was hot in like the original Space Jam, okay. If most people are allowed to think Lola Bunny's hot from Space Jam, I am allowed to like Werehog Sonic. Dude, the music for Sonic Unleashed, oh, so good. I never did. What? I feel like most people I talk to, like Lola Bunny, a baddie. Rouge the Bat. Sometimes I forget that Sonic was like a children's property, and they gave like Rouge for some reason so much cleavage, for whatever reason. Rouge the Bat fan. Did you have a crush on Disney's Robin Hood? No, not really. Have you heard the Sonic Frontier soundtrack? Not in a long time. I need to revisit Sonic games one day. I just don't know how to. Jessica Rabbit forever. Real. Hear me out. Amy X Shadow. I've always liked Amy X Shadow more than Amy X Sonic. Has anybody seen Sonic X? Banger show, by the way. I tried to rewatch it with some of my friends recently, and they like said it was stupid, and I'm like, don't you ever say that Sonic X is stupid. Don't you ever say that! Top 10 something. It is stupid, but our stupid. Who's joining my crew to find the One Piece in the ocean? Aww. I'm scared. I haven't seen Sonic X. I've seen other VTubers react to Sonic X out of context. Do you have the Sonic Magic the Gathering card? No, I don't. Also, thank you for the hydrate check. I've been screaming this whole time, and I should be taking some water. One Piece. Oh yeah, the character pool. Where I voted Robin, and no one was surprised. A fork found in the kitchen, dude. Did you guys know I really love Nico Robin? Did you know that? Nobody was surprised. Sonic already has Sally. Yeah, I feel like Sonic Amy is fine. Was Amy Shadow though? You know what? I need to get one of those like Hot Topic Shadow shirts with like That was like an edgy shadow shirt. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my god. I need to look for it. Sonic X tells Yowie what? I don't know how to find it. No, not Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Dude, I miss when people used to say that a lot. Shadow Wizard Money Gang! Casting spell. Have you seen the Shadow Biz billboard? Wait, what? Wait, Shadow Piss billboard? If I Google this and it's like porn, I'm gonna be so mad. Pee your pants. What is this? Pee your pants? There has to be AI generated. Is this real? Chat, is this real? I feel like this is AI generated. There's no way. Hold on, let me show it to you. What if... Be your pants. What is this? It does not look real. It looks like someone freaking photoshopped it, but it's still funny. Be your pants. There's another one. I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my wife. Oh my god, it's so funny. This cannot be real. I low-key wish it was real. Be your Alright guys, Shadow the Hedgehog said I needed to be my pants. I'm gonna piss live on stream. Just kidding. I'm gonna get banned. Peeing on Hot Topic. Are you still not free? Unfortunately, I'm not. Unfortunately, I am still here. People would pay for that. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt people would pay for it. Oh, that pig is an old Sonic meme before AI. Oh, how far are we from the last goal? We are about 217 subs. And I'm really scared. Oh, Mother Rhea is finally back from her travels. And I'm really scared to ask her if she's, like, if we hit the goal. I'm really, really afraid to ask her if she's free. I'm scared. Oh, day 31 on the longest subathon I've ever seen go on for. I've seen the subathons go on for pretty long. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to explain to my mother that she needs to record a YouTube video with me. How do I explain to my mom? Uh-oh. I hear the lawnmowers outside. Watch the channel, no panic button. I don't know if you laugh hysterically. You have a brain aneurysm. Meltdown. There was something I watched that went on for 1.5 years. Surely that would never happen to me, right? Surely you guys wouldn't do that to me. You guys would not let me in here for an hour, right? Or not an hour, a year. Maybe they were Kirby fans. I do love Kirby. I actually have never played Kirby games, but I do like Kirby. I think Kirby's very cute. Kirby's very cute. We would. If I win the lottery, you ain't leaving. What? You know, I've always been scared to buy, like, lottery tickets. I think I bought, like, my first lottery ticket. Like, I've been able to buy lottery tickets for a while, but it wasn't until, like, a few months ago. My mother, she gave me money, right? And she specifically gave it to me. She's like, Sai, I'm gonna give you $20. Okay, and I don't want you to save it. I want you to go into the convenience store and buy 20 lottery tickets with it, and it's yours. And I was like, what? Why? Because I guess at the time, the Powerball was really high. And she was just like, hey, get yourself 20 entries. Here's money, now go gamble. So I ended up buying the lottery tickets because I couldn't say no to my mother. And no, I did not win the lottery. If I won the lottery, they would be signs. There would be a lot of signs. I won lottery tickets. Won €5 after spending €5. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I just, like, for me, I don't like spending money on stuff that's, like, very low chance. Like, I don't even, whenever I go to Vegas and stuff with my mom, I don't even, like, gamble. Like, I get scared to gamble. Because I would rather have money in my pocket than not have anything at all, you know? Worked at a gas station, bought way too many scratch tickets. I don't even blame you. If you're, like, bored on your shift, you know, just buy a little scratch ticket. Opening cards is gambling. See, here's the thing. At least I like cards. I get something out of it. If I, like, go to the casino and I put, like, $20 into the slot machine, I don't get anything if I don't win anything. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't win anything, whatever. But at least I have bulk that sometimes I can use. Oh yeah, the fire red, leaf green gambling. Oh, like the slot machine. Right? Or am I thinking about a different game? It wasn't even my buddy, it was my mother's. That's why gacha games are legal. You win something. You at least get something, even if it's not, like, valuable. But if I were to put, like, money in, like let's say I bet 20 on black and it rolled on red, then I don't get shit. I don't get shit. I don't get anything. TCG is Gamba. It is Gamba. It is Gamba. Not. Speaking of Gamba, not me. This whole stream, I've been talking and also looking at prices of cards because I want to buy stuff. Technically, you get a digital item and not a... Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that's like a weird gray area, right? Because you don't get anything physical, you get something digital. But like my fear, right? Like, another reason why I don't play gacha games is because, like, if I were to spend money on a game and, like, maybe a few years down the line they decide to shut down and, like, you can't get anything out of it, you don't get anything. Like, I spent so much money on my Love Live account, my Love Live School Idol Festival account, and guess what, chat? The game's dead. I don't have my account anymore. So all that money I spent on gachaing and for that game is just gone. I hate them for that. I am embarrassed to say that I've probably spent like close to 1K on Love Live School Idol Festival. Get Uno card. Then they fumbled Civ 2. Let's announce the date of this game and also announce the day it's shutting down. Like, at that point, just don't even like announce the game. Pain-dayo. Pain-dayo. See, I wanted to play Honkai Star Rail too, but they took away Civ and All Stars for nothing. Real. I just wanted my Nico Yozawa cards. I just wanted Nico Yozawa. Nikkei, the greatest gacha of all time. Hell yeah. I really want to play Nikkei, but I'm also scared. I'm also, like, mortified to play Nikkei. Yeah, that's why I quit Uma Musume, because it was just, like, getting to the point where I wanted to spend money. And it was just like, oh, I need to stop this before it becomes too late. Where I'm gonna spend so much money. Like, I didn't want to do that. Also, chat, I need to pee. It is piss girl time. I will be right back. Give me like 5 minutes to go pee. I'll BRB. I refilled my gamer subs. I think, is this a good time now to react? I think I have, hold up. I think I pulled 3 videos today. Why are we loitering? Sorry. Hold up. Hold up. All right. I'm back for react. Smiles. Anyway, it's time for me to head up. Bye, I missed you. Bye, have a good day. Sorry, I'm moving my mic. I have at least 3 videos we're gonna watch today. I don't know if we're gonna watch anything else, but I'm hoping we can get through at least 3. Smiles. We have MNJ TV one, we have Dire Trip, and we also have a Loxton and Noggin one. So yeah, I pulled some of these actually from the suggestions channel on Discord. So thank you guys. Thank you. Wait. Ow, I just like cracked my back. Gamers, we are back with more Psy React! New MJ TV video. Oh my god, is that Hyrule in the chat? Bro showed up to work today. Holy shit. I'm gonna look for a bit while I cook dinner. Having chicken tonight? Yeah, I had chicken last night. It was great. You're gonna love this one. Dude, this one is, I wrote an insane Pokemon story. See, I think when I saw this video, it said Pokemon fanfic, and I went, oh, wait, speaking of fanfic, did you guys hear AO3's down? I'm in shambles. I'm doing the Shinji chair freaking. No! AO3's down. Time to KMS in Minecraft. Not this bozo. He shows up to mod like twice a year. Oh god, you're here. That's so funny. That's so funny. No idea what AO3 is? Keep it that way. That's all I'm gonna say. Just keep it that way. Just keep it that way. Don't worry about it. If you don't know what AO3 is, it's fine. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Slow King is king. Too bad it's gonna hit in rotation. Rip Jet Energy. 07 Slow King did not get his time to shine until the end of its freaking run. Holy moly. Anyways, we're gonna start reacting, and yapping a little bit, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, I wrote an insane Pokemon story, but I swear to God it said fanfic, but I think he changed the title. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What is this? What is this, like some sort of Mad Libs thing? There's no way.
Teenager, I wrote an absolutely insane Pokemon fan fiction.
What could have teenage Mikey possibly have written? I don't know how to speak, chat.
And in this video, I'm gonna summarize it to you. I should say up front, I know the connotations that go along with the term fan fiction.
What possible connotations? What possible connotations could fanfic behold?
So I want to assure you, there's nothing spicy about this story at all.
I'm clicking off. I'm just kidding.
Sorry to disappoint those of you who might have wanted that. If you did, this is not the place. My story.
Oh my bad. I should have went on AO3. Too bad it's down. YouTube music's on, my bad.
Story is insane for completely different reasons. The story was originally conceived in 2009 when I was 14 years old, around the time I started this YouTube channel. Thus, I was only just getting into making videos, but I'd been writing stories for years. So at this point, I thought, hey, I'm going to write a story about my favorite franchise. The videos came later. I wrote some of the story around that time, fell off of it, then came back a couple years later and started over mostly from scratch. That second version is better, but it's not good. This means there are 2 versions of the story, neither of which are finished. The first
Wait, are we gonna go through both of them though? I wanna hear both.
one I barely got started, but the second one, I made it about 2/3 of the way through the plot. So while I never wrote the ending, I do remember it, which is great because it's the craziest part. This is the protagonist named Tyler. His
Shout
image is
out
a
to Tyler.
sprite because back then, I actually made this sprite of him. Or I guess I made one just
Really? He did that? That's low-key sick.
like it. I don't have the original files anymore. However, I recall clearly modifying the Sinnoh male ace trainer sprite to give him blonde hair and a simple t-shirt and pair of shorts. I went through quite the spriting phase in middle school, and I still remember some of the skills. So for this video, I did my best to recreate Tyler's sprite as best as I could remember. And I did the same for the two other major characters.
Oh.
First is Haley. I'm fuzzy on exactly how I made hers, so I did what I think I did back then. Recolor the girl from the Diamond Pearl Young Couple sprite. Additionally, the first version of the story explicitly states that she wears a green hat, so I used the one from the female rocket grunt in Heart Gold Soul Silver.
We're Frankensteining sprites here. Holy moly.
Next is Alex. I clearly recall his head being a recolored jogger sprite with bright red hair, but the shorts didn't look right. So I grabbed the legs from Lucas and changed the tank to a T. All these sprites are made from Gen 4 sprites because that was the most recent generation when I
Best gen, by the way. Do not argue with me.
was making the originals. Tyler, Haley, and Alex are childhood friends. Before the
Love triangle? Wait, sorry. Sorry, my brain went fanfic.
events of
Oh
the
my
story,
God.
the trio set out on their Hoenn journey together. Of course, it's gotta be Hoenn. It's my home region. Traveling to Little Root from their hometown of Dewford to get their first Pokemon. Tyler picked Trico, because of course he did, it's my favorite. Haley picked Torchic, and Alex picked Mudkip. In the original version of the story,
He just said no spice. Listen! He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to, like. Romance doesn't have to be spicy. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
the inciting incident occurs during their Hoenn journey. Their goals are anime clones. Tyler is collecting badges like Ash, Haley is competing in contests like May or Dawn, and Alex doesn't appear to be doing anything other than serving
Just
as
click play, dog.
comic relief. So, Brock. The story begins with Tyler defeating Tate and Liza, then the group opting to head to Pacifilog Town for a contest that Haley wants to compete in. One important note that I should
Hell
mention
yeah.
is that in this story's universe, Pacifilog is not the raft city it is in the games. Instead,
what
it
is it?
resembles its design in the anime, which is just a regular island. Way less interesting, for sure. I just wanted a beach. Once they get to Pacifilog Town, the stories progress nearly identically. However, in the second version, the one I'll focus on more in this video because I wrote more of it, the story begins with their Hoenn journey already over. All three of them got 8 gym badges and competed in the Hoenn League, which functions like it does in the anime, a tournament between trainers who
This part, I fucking loved the tournament arcs in Pokemon, the Pokemon anime. They were always so banger.
earned all 8 badges. Tyler
always
finished
so
in the top
good.
32, but Alex and Haley did worse. The prologue is a journal entry in which Tyler laments that while he is moving on to do another adventure in Kanto, Haley and Alex have opted to stay behind. This is an excerpt from that prologue that explains their reasoning. I guess Alex's reason isn't so bad. Wanting to go to school to become a gym leader is cool, but it stinks that he can't come with me. But Haley? A nurse? Really? A Pokemon
What? She just wants to advance her career.
nurse? What kind of crap is that?
Is Haley Filipino? Genuine question.
After all we've been through,
Maybe she's Filipino.
she just wants to stay and not be with me. I want to be with her. Does she not want to be with me?
I called it. Romance.
Oh, God. Okay, first, yes, this reads like a 12-year-old wrote it. Which maybe means I'm brilliant because Tyler is supposed to be 12 when writing this journal entry. Second,
Wait, they're already going to like college level stuff at 12?
not only did I make the only female character go into nursing, but then Tyler calls that very respectable career choice crap.
Yeah. What the heck? What's wrong with being a nurse? Maybe she's just Filipino.
I'm sorry. I feel like a disappointed father, except my son is my past self. And third, clearly no, Tyler, she doesn't want to be with you. She's 12. She's not gonna
Tyler, you're lame.
follow a boy to another country. That journal entry is just the prologue, though. Chapter 1 picks up 4 years later when Tyler is 16. After the 2 years in Hoenn, Tyler spent 2 years traveling Kanto, but then as he got older and better, he cleared Johto in only 1. Then Unova in only 1, and in fact has just
Bro went everywhere just like Ash.
won the Unova tournament. I made this change in the revision because I realized that the story made a lot more sense if Tyler was a proven talented and experienced trainer, as opposed to one that doesn't even have 8 badges. Chapter 1 begins as Tyler is returning to Pasifalog, which is the trio's hometown now, by the way, for the first time in 4 years to take some time off before his next adventure. On the deck of the boat and in almost all scenes, his cast form floats around him like Pikachu on Ash's shoulder. Clearly, I've liked this Pokemon for a long time. And also, this is the first sign you'll see of some self-insert aspects to Tyler. Tyler is greeted by a crowd celebrating his win and reunites with Haley and Alex. Haley and Alex quickly demonstrate their one-dimensional personalities. Haley is rather violent, punching her companions whenever they say something stupid, and Alex is extremely forgetful and complains a lot. At this point, Tyler's romantic
I'm like both.
feelings for Haley are also made annoyingly obvious. That evening, the three grab dinner together while Tyler regales them with tales from his grand adventures, including one about capturing an aggressive wild Scolipede. Alex is shocked that Tyler caught it, even though Tyler told him about it over the phone when it happened. He also forgot about Tyler's Dawn fan. Again, he's the comic relief character. This is a recurring bit, and it's not a very funny one. Alex demands a battle, wanting to fight unfamiliar
Haley is literally just Nami.
Unova Pokemon. Unova was the most recent region at the time of the revision, so I was excited to add a bunch of cool new Pokemon to the story. Tyler accepts, and the friends battle on the beach. Tyler's Liepard versus Alex's Swampert, and Tyler wins handily. This battle, and all the other ones in the story, are written very anime. Swampert, use Earthquake! Swampert roared and lifted up its front legs. Suddenly, it slammed them down into the sand, sending out a visible shockwave through the sand. Yes, I did end both parts of that sentence with sand. Should have proofread better. I remained calm. Liepard, jump and then use Night Slash. Liepard meowed and leapt into the air. At the peak of her jump, Liepard's body suddenly turned dark and her claws glowed red. She shot forward, leaving a streak of dark aura behind it. She shot forward, but then left a streak behind it? Pick a pronoun, dude. She passed by Swampert, swiping her claws across its face. The Mudfish Pokemon fell back, but regained its posture. So
Michael, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you.
not only does the Liepard avoid an earthquake simply by jumping, which is, they do that in the anime, I think. But then, as the battle goes on, which I'm not gonna read to you, it's too long, the Liepard then uses Shadow Claw and Aerial Ace, which we all know are not stab moves. They do less damage, just use Night Slash. And then the big hype aura moment is that Liepard avoids taking damage from a powerful Surf by using Protect, which Tyler wordlessly commanded it to do. They just kind of like look at each other and nod. Also, one thing
what the heck
I did that was just so annoying to read when I was going back through this is that every time a Pokemon appears in a scene for the first time, I have like a whole paragraph describing their appearance, which is so unnecessary. If you're reading a Pokemon fan fiction, you know what Swampert looks like. After the battle, the trio head off to the Pasifalog Market, which doesn't exist in the games, but it's just like a market street. There, they meet the last major original character in this story, Rocky. This is a recreated sprite of him. I recall putting Byron's head on Lieutenant Surge's body and giving him a tan. Rocky is a struggling archaeologist. He's got different kind of artifacts in his stand, and the most interesting one is a Rayquaza scale, which had fallen at his feet during the Battle of Sutopolis years prior. Rocky is struggling financially though, and even offers to sell that prized possession to Tyler. Through friendly conversation, Tyler reveals his trainer prowess, and Rocky asks if he has any experience navigating the fast current routes to the west of the island. Routes 132, 133, and 134. When Tyler confirms he does, Rocky asks that Tyler be his guide to investigate some undersea ruins that he's been unable to reach. It's the sealed chamber. In the first version of the story, when the trio are not from Pacifilog, so they wouldn't have any experience navigating the currents, Rocky asks for Tyler's help because Tyler has just gotten the Mind Badge and thus can use the HM dive outside of battle. I revised that because overall the story is very anime, so having a very video game piece felt clunky and out of place.
Kind of weird, yeah.
Tyler agrees to help Rocky as long as his friends come along, and Rocky is thrilled. Alex protests, concerned that Rocky could be a creep, but Tyler and Haley convince him that it will be fun. Early the next morning, the four don
Is he a creep?
on scuba gear and set off through the currents on their water Pokemon. Alex on Swampert, Haley on Golduck, Tyler on Kingdra, and Rocky on Sharpedo. There's a little action sequence here where they have to like navigate the intense currents. Like Tyler uses his Kingdra's Hydro Pump to like redirect them away from rocks, but then Rocky's Sharpedo just like blasts through them with Skull Bash. Then they also have this fight with this aggressive wild Gyarados that they pissed off by accident. It's kind of fun. Eventually, they reach the calm spot and dive, and then the sequence progresses identically to how entering the sealed chamber does in the games. They find the Go Up Here text, they enter the room with mounds of just the alphabet, and then find Dig Here written on the wall. Conveniently, Rocky can already translate the visual braille and has his Rhyperior to break open the wall with Dig. The final chamber is nearly identical to the game, but with one distinct difference. Instead of instructions about Relicanth and Wailord in your party, there is a tablet on a pedestal. It reads, "The golems are sealed inside their tombs, locked away
like the Pokemon?
forever to keep them and us from doom. With the power of this tablet, they shall awaken and spread apart, and the three golems will share their releaser's heart." Rocky picks up the tablet to investigate it later, and then rumbling starts. He immediately puts it back, but then three horribly loud explosions sound. And I have to read you this part from when the first explosion happens. It's so stupid. A deafening explosion sounded in our ears and rocked the whole cave, causing every one of us to fall to the ground. Haley fell on top of me, and even being afraid for my life could not distract me from my momentary happiness. It's done.
Why did he write it like that? Okay.
It's just dumb. The explosions finish without injuring anyone, and, freaked out, the four of them opt to leave. But not before Alex says, "Good, because I really have to go to the bathroom." It's likely obvious to you that they've opened the doors to the Reggie Trio's tombs. In the games, you can then go to those tombs and find the respective Reggie inside, resting peacefully until you initiate a battle with it. That is not what happens here. The four of them fly back to Pacifilog using Tyler's Braviary and Alex's Altaria. They part ways with Rocky, then the three teenagers return to Tyler's house to eat leftover pizza and watch TV. However, their sitcom is
That's just a regular day for me.
interrupted by an urgent news broadcast. The Reggie trio has burst free from their respective tombs.
Oh my god.
Violently. Each began a rampage and made their way to the nearest settlement. Regice to Petalburg, Regirock to Mauville, and Registeel to Lily Cove. Gym leaders in closest proximity to the respective target cities have shown up to fight back. The trio quickly deduce that they must have caused this, so they frantically find Rocky back at his stall. Rocky is just as
Rocky, you are the villain. I know you did this bullshit.
bewildered as they are and begins researching a solution. In the meantime, the trio set off on their flying Pokemon, Braviary, Altaria, and Haley's Tropius, and head toward Mauville City, the closest to Pacifilog of the three attacked settlements. Although looking back at the Hoenn maps, I actually think Lily Cove is closer, but that's not what I wrote. So, they arrive to find Mauville decimated. Game corner flattened, Pokemon Center barely standing.
Not the game corner!
Electric Gym shooting off sparks. It is absolute destruction. Also, quick reminder when you're imagining this, this is Gen 3 Mauville City, not the mall Mauville of Gen 6. Gen 6 did not exist when I wrote this. Thankfully, the city has been mostly evacuated. The trio soon encounter Watson and Flannery, who remember Tyler despite battling him once 5 years prior. This is explained because he won the Unova League recently, so he's got some celebrity status. And then, God, I wish I was making this up, Tyler then just blatantly thirsts over Flannery.
Oh my God, why is he a gooner?
Not allowed in dialogue, but like in his thoughts to the reader. And it's just horrible. It sucks so much. Like, oh God, I refuse to read the whole thing to you because it's so cringe that it makes me want to die. But I can give you this little bit. Hi, Flannery, I stuttered. Wow, I'd forgotten how hot Flannery was. Jeez.
Oh my God.
I had the biggest crush on her when we met the first time. I actually lost my first gym battle to her because I couldn't stop staring at her. I am ashamed to say this is not the end of it, and it gets worse. The middle of a
no, please don't. I'm sorry, it gets worse.
Crisis, and he's just simping when the love interest is right there.
He's just a gooner.
I think at some point he's like, Haley's the hottest girl ever, but Flannery's a close second. It's like, well, you're ranking? Oh my God. God, it sucks. We must move on. We have to move on if I'm gonna make it through filming this video. This script took me
honestly, you could make the whole video just the rest of that. Like, I wanted a
week to write because I would just like hit a cringe wall and have to do something else. Tyler decides to take on the rampaging Regirock, which he now sees
oh my God, it's Regirock with a handbag!
Significantly bigger than expected. Its official height is 5'7", but this one's around 10 feet.
Wait, I'm taller?
Tall. Tyler pulls out a Pokeball with an S on it and sends out Sceptile, his fully evolved starter that hasn't lost a battle in over a year. Quick question for my past self, why the S?
S
and like,
for
how, is it like markered on there or is it like engraved? Additionally, it's like, was it a T when you got the Trico? And then you had to like erase it and change it to a G when it evolved and then an S later? Like, what are we doing? The logistics don't make sense. This is a good moment to mention the final difference between the original version of the story and the updated one. In the original, we meet Sceptile a lot sooner. He has a casual battle on the ferry to Pacifilog with a random dude named Brady Burns and his camera.
Shout out
the
to
Sceptile
Brady
itself
Burns.
is also different in the first version. First off, its name is Blade, which is the same name I gave to my first ever Trico when I was 9 years old. Literally,
hey, dude, that's a pretty sick name, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm being nostalgic. And then the second difference, let me just read it to you. You ready for a battle, Blade? Tyler asked. Always ready, Tyler, the Sceptile replied.
What? Are the Pokemon talking now? No way.
Tyler was the only person who could understand Blade. He had been Tyler's first Pokemon, and they had bonded together so well that Tyler understood Blade when he spoke.
Is that how that works?
This is stupid. Remember that movie, the I Choose You movie, where like Pikachu talks to Ash, like as they're like passing out, and everyone was like, "What the hell? This is dumb." Well, I did it first, and it was dumb, which is why I got rid of it in the second version. I even realized it was dumb during the rest of the dumb stuff around it. But anyways, back to Mauville. Tyler Sceptile does battle with the monstrous Regirock. Also infuriatingly, he does the thing that the Liepard did earlier, where he like uses the whole moveset to show it off. Like, he should be spamming Leaf Blade, but at some point he uses Dragon Claw and then also X-Scissor? X-Scissor on a Regirock? What are we doing? Sceptile has the obvious type advantage, and unlike the gym leader Pokemon, actually seems to make the Regirock stumble. During the battle, a missed Zap Cannon causes an explosion that makes Tyler drop Sceptile's Pokeball. Eventually, Regirock lands a powerful Hammer Arm into Sceptile, but it doesn't KO it, instead activating a visible Overgrow aura, directly copying Ash's Sceptile's Overgrow from the anime. With this increased power, Sceptile fires off a frenzy plant that downs the Regirock. Everyone thinks Tyler has won, but then the Regirock simply stands back up. Sceptile can't move, forced to recharge after Frenzy Plant. So Regirock advances, lifting its arm for a brutal finishing move. Quick aside here, this Regirock never once uses a rock move. Hyper Beam,
Why?
Zap Cannon, and Hammer Arm. That's it. Like, what are we doing? Tyler tries to return Sceptile, but he can't because its Pokeball rolled away when he dropped it. In a panic, Tyler does that dumb Ash thing where he throws himself in the way of an attack, so now they're both gonna get killed. But right before the finishing blow, a Hydro Pump slams into the Regirock. Tyler looks over to find Champion Wallace and his Milotic.
Oh my goat!
He offers Tyler a potion for Sceptile, then instructs them to flee and meet him in Verdant Turf to discuss a mission to end this crisis. Tyler, Haley, and Alex hop atop Tyler's Arcanine and run off to a barricaded Verdant Turf. There, they heal their Pokemon, and Wallace meets them soon after. Wallace explains that earlier in the day, he met with the Elite Four, plus former champion Steven, to discuss and formulate a plan to stop this crisis. That plan is that someone needed to reach Regigigas in Snow Point Temple. Due to Tyler's prowess and the League's need to stay in Hoenn to manage the crisis, Wallace requests that Tyler head to Sinnoh to find Regigigas for help. Now, you might be wondering, why not just ask Cynthia to do this? Or some other powerful trainer that's already...
If Cynthia was involved, this story would be over in 5 minutes.
In Sinnoh. Well, Alex actually has the same question in the scene, and I explain it away with this. It says in the legend that Regigigas will only waken... I don't think that's grammatically correct. For someone who is worthy and truly needs its assistance, Wallace answered. Someone in the Sinnoh region would likely have concern for this problem, but not nearly as much concern as a person from Hoenn, since it isn't their home that's being destroyed. That's why we must send someone from Hoenn. We need to send someone with strong Pokemon, a lot of traveling experience, and a virtuous heart. All right.
And it's
sure.
Tyler.
Tyler then expresses confusion as to how this is even practical. Sinnoh is a 3-week boat ride away, and there aren't any planes, apparently.
Wait, where's
Which,
the plane?
I mean, I guess it makes some amount of sense. We don't really ever see any airports in Hoenn or Sinnoh. Wallace
yeah, maybe.
explains that Lynette and BB, the PC technicians in Hoenn and Sinnoh respectively, have been working on a teleportation device based on the method for storing Pokeballs in the PC. So they're gonna use that to send Tyler to Sinnoh. After some reluctance, Tyler agrees. So once again, the trio take to the sky and fly to Lynette's house near Meteor Falls. Lynette sets up the device, which in my head looks like the device that Bill has in his house where he like fused himself with a Pokemon. But as she's setting it up, she admits 2 terrible things. First, the machine's gonna need weeks to recharge after sending Tyler to Sinnoh.
Weeks?
Which means he's gonna have to find some other way back. And secondly, they've used it successfully to transport inanimate objects, but they've never sent anything alive. Which means that this
They're cooked.
could just kill him. Despite the risks, Tyler and his friends exchange tearful goodbyes, and he enters the teleporter. It is an extremely painful process, but he opens his eyes to BB in Hearthome City, then passes out from the toll it took on his body. He awakens hours later, horrified that he'd slept so long, and immediately rushes to fly north. However, the severe blizzard on the way to Snow Point forces him to land his Braviary on Route 216 and trek through the storm on foot in the middle of the night. He progresses with Arcanine for some time, using its flamethrower to clear a path, but eventually it grows exhausted and Tyler returns it to its ball. Tyler is not in proper winter gear. He was in Hoenn hours before and only put on a hoodie and jeans, so he can't handle the cold. His cast form, now in snowy/hail form, cries with worry and despair. But I can only watch as Tyler collapses and loses consciousness.
Rest in peace, Tyler the Gooner.
The end. Thanks so much for watching. If you want, I'm just kidding, don't leave. Obviously, that's not the end of the story, but it is the end of what I wrote. So I am gonna tell you what happens next, but since I never found an outline or anything, I'm going off of just memory. but thankfully my memory is pretty darn good. Tyler awakens in a cabin. This one, actually, the one with the friendly hiker. The hiker heard Castform's cries and rescued Tyler.
No.
Tyler expresses gratitude to both the man and Castform and then explains his
Shout out
mission.
to that guy.
So the hiker offers Tyler proper winter gear. I feel like there was more to this scene that happens in it, but I can't remember it. Maybe I just wanted the previous chapter to end in a cliffhanger. Better equipped, Tyler can now finish the trek to Snow Point. He's allowed into the temple immediately, Wallace had already been in touch, and descends through the floors. I think I might have intended for there to be like some fun action in here, like fighting wild Pokemon, like the Gyarados from earlier, but who knows. At the end, Tyler finds the statue of Regigigas, which awakens upon his arrival. Tyler begs for help, but Regigigas wordlessly demands Tyler prove himself. There is a Pokemon battle, probably Sceptile versus Regigigas, but I'm not sure, and after a bit, Regigigas is satisfied. Now this next part is one that I just simply don't understand. Remember how I was talking about how Tyler did not have a way to get back to Hoenn quickly? What happens is that Regigigas simply grabs Tyler and then kind of launches into the sky. Picture how it looks using Dig or an escape rope in the older games, where you just spin and shoot into the air. Or how the Hoenn legends flee right after the evil team leader awakens them.
That is so funny.
That is what happens here. Which, in the Sprite video games, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, it left. But like, what is happening to Tyler? Also, they don't just end up at the entrance of the Snow Point Temple. They do the zoom thing, and then land in the Route 111 desert in Hoenn.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Regigigas just became a rocket? The Regi trio immediately sense Regigigas' arrival, stop their rampage, and beeline toward the desert, making excellent time, I might add. They show up like basically instantly, despite being spread apart. However, to Tyler's surprise, they do not submit to their creator. They fight it. Regigigas battles all three Regis, and Tyler is about to assist when someone arrives riding on the back of a Salamence. It's Rocky, who simply says, "Can't let you do that."
I fucking knew it!
Rocky then villain
Rocky is a bad guy.
monologues, revealing the crucial line from the tablet he touched. And the three golems will share their releaser's heart. Bit on the nose. Not the best prophecy that anyone's ever written. Rocky had grown disillusioned with the world, enraged by lack of interest in his valuable archaeological work. So he decided modern society wasn't worthy anymore.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, let's just kill them all.
Wanted to destroy it. This is, I don't think, a very good villain motivation.
No.
Like, people do care about archaeology. Like, universities are real. Like, if he couldn't get a job there, then like, he probably just needed to work on his interview skills or like do another job, not like destroy the planet. Before even meeting Tyler, Rocky knew what the tablet said. Somehow. If I thought of an explanation for why, I don't remember it. And thus knew that the Regis would share his heart and work to accomplish his goal of destruction. They're unstoppably powerful due to the strength of Rocky's convictions. Convictions that he won't let Tyler interfere with anymore. Thus, while the Regis battle in the sands, Tyler and Rocky engage in an epic 6v6 Pokemon battle that I definitely intended to take multiple chapters. Picture those Pokemon League battles from the anime back in the day that spanned multiple episodes.
Good.
I know I planned out Rocky's team, but I can't remember them now. But we do know that he uses the Pokemon we've already seen. Salamence, Rhyperior, and Sharpedo. If I had to guess other team members, Electivire pops into my head. But anything else would be totally blind guesses. Tyler, meanwhile, uses the Pokemon he has already shown. Sceptile, Castform, Braviary, Kingdra, Arcanine, and Lightbird. Maybe. I might have intended for him to have swapped some team members before this fight. I feel like maybe Donphan or Scolipede would have shown up, Pokemon that he mentioned but didn't use in a scene. I don't know. As you might have predicted, Tyler wins the battle in a nail biter. Sceptile barely finishing off Rocky's Salamence. With no Pokemon left standing, Rocky has no defense left. Or does he? Rocky responds to his loss by pulling out a gun and...
Wow! Wow! Where'd he get the gun? I'm sorry, can we go back?
Rocky responds to his loss by pulling out a gun and aiming it at Tyler. I think I wrote this at a stage where I'd like only kind of just realized like, hey, why do the Team Rocket grunts just leave when they lose the battle instead of just like pulling out a weapon? So I inserted that into this
She got real
story. And it feels super abrupt because it's the first gun in the entire story. Tyler is fearful, but he won't order Sceptile to act for fear of it being shot. So instead, he just stands there, hands up, begging Rocky to reconsider. Rocky denies him, and then...
I shouldn't be laughing. What the f... What is this story?
Tyler opens his eyes and sees Rocky collapse, shot through the head by Wallace.
I can't breathe. Why does he have a gun? I'm sorry. How did we get here? Why does he have a... Why does Wallace have a gun? Yeah. Hi, Slippers, puppy, all of us on Thursday.
Yeah, Wallace, this guy, kills a man with a gunshot through the head.
Oh my god!
What? What?
Why?
Since the Reggie trio shared
There were so many directions this story could have gone, but I didn't expect it to go in this direction.
a heart with Rocky, a heart that's
Oh my
no
God.
longer beating,
I need to like, I hold up. I need to take a drink. I'm actually, like, tears are coming out of my eyes. This is so funny. Oh. Oh God.
they immediately stop fighting and retreat to their tombs. Regigigas offers acknowledgement to Tyler, then does its weird sky teleport thing and leaves. So this means that Tyler
Shout out
didn't even really
Regigigas.
save the day? Like,
No,
yeah, he brought
it was fucking Wallace!
Regigigas to Hoenn successfully, but Regigigas couldn't stop the Reggie trio. Like, I guess he lured Rocky out who revealed his evil plan, but like, the one who saved the world was gunslinging Wallace. The
Shout
story
out to
cuts
my
to
boy
later,
Wallace.
where Tyler reunites with Haley and Alex, and of course, Haley kisses him. There is a lovely happy ending, generally. Petalburg, Mauville, and Lily Cove were like totally leveled. Thank you for listening to my ridiculous fan fiction. If you want to read the whole thing, no. There are
Wait,
sentences in there
why?
that are too bad and cringe for me to stomach including in this video. So I don't want you reading them at all. Okay,
Trust
what
me,
you
you
got
don't
was
wanna read
already
it.
a lot for me.
Oh my God. Starting a petition for FNJTV to rewrite this fanfic with his modern writing skills. Oh my God. I have no words. I am shocked. Oh my goodness. There were so many directions the story could have gone, but Wallace having a gun was not one of them. I did not expect Wallace to just pull up with a Glock. He wanted business done. And you know what? I respect it. Dude, that video was actually so funny. Oh, if he ever quits YouTube, that ought to be released on AO3. Please, if he has a Patreon, release it on Patreon. I will join Patreon. Oh, God. Of all characters, why Rocky? I mean, Alex, what's his name? Alex said in the beginning, like, I have a bad feeling about this guy. And they were like, nah, dude, don't worry about it. And the guy ended up being a bad guy. Oh, God. Anyways. Since we watched a funny video, surely we have to watch another one after. Because I've been linked this video multiple times. This one is called The Pro Pokemon Player Arrested for Pooping in the Hallway. What could the context possibly be? What could the context for this possibly be? Why was he pooping in the hallway? I guess we'll find out. This video tends to... Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
When the official Pokemon tournament scene was rocked by a scandal that ended up with one of their star players being escorted out of the building by police, nobody would have ever assumed that it would have been because he
When did this happen?
took a dump in the hallway, or possibly even got into a drunken poo-flinging fight.
What could have led up to this?
As I always say in the intros to these videos, you're always going to have those crazy or extreme people when it comes to any internet subculture or fan base. That, of course, applies to the fan bases of very popular mainstream franchises as well, like
Guardy
Pokemon. While Pokemon players have done some crazy things in the past, like beat each other to death with tins of cards or threaten to shoot up tournaments, this is a guy who liked to dabble in a bit of poop. Today's story heavily involves competitive Pokemon players and the VGC, the Video Game Championships.
Oh, Lord.
This is the format that the Pokemon Company International uses to host their tournament-style battles. These battles take place all over the real world and are usually played with whatever the most recent iteration of the mainline Pokemon games is. The rules change a bit every year, and usually the finals are held in a larger city in North America. The matches are sorted into different categories: Junior, Senior, and Master. Each year, the format gets updated, and at some point between September and December, a new season will begin. Players will participate at local, regional, national, and then international events to try and get invited to the biggest competition at the end of the year. Those finals can sometimes result in pretty big awards being handed out to the top players.
I mean, if you win Pokemon Worlds, that's kind of a big deal. Even regionals for Pokemon. If you get first, you get 10K and like a free invite to Worlds, if I'm remembering correctly. So when people are like, nobody plays Pokemon TCG, yeah, you're wrong. But Pokemon tournaments are some of the biggest tournaments.
Ruben Puig-Lasigi was a prominent competitive Pokemon player from Spain. He was hands down one of the most famous European players in the VGC and was the absolute best player from Spain.
Damn.
He was said to have been a good guy who both worked hard and played fair to really earn his wins.
What is this video? Wait, what is this video?
Participated in a good number of VGC
What is happening?
tournaments over the years. He placed second in the Spain Nationals in 2010, using a team of Banette, Hariyama, Dialga, Kyogre, and Smeargle. Then in 2011, he placed first in the UK Nationals. There isn't much information about that one. 2 months later that year, he ended up placing fourth in the World Championship by using a team of Tornadus, Thundurus, Scrafty, Terrakion, Jellicent, and Amoonguss. He was pretty happy about this victory, claiming that it led to him getting laid. He posted on Facebook, saying,
"Getting laid from Pokemon? Insane.
I win, I win, I win again, and after I sex with girl, ha ha ha, it's easy, cat."
What is this? Oh my god!
Face XD. But then would come the UK Nationals in 2012. This
What is that sentence?
is where Ruben's gaming career would go to shit. The 2012 Pokemon World Championships were all set to be held in Waikola Village, Hawaii, in the
ancient Facebook, when Facebook used to look like that. Dude, I miss those days.
United States from August 10th to 12th, 2012.
That's so funny.
Not only would it be the finals, but it would be held in a fantastic vacation spot. Given that the finals are invitation only and require winning in the lead-up tournaments held around the world, everyone was fighting to get a spot. Eventually, the rules, date, and location for the Pokemon VGC Championships in Europe were announced. They were all set to be held in the United Kingdom using the game's Pokemon Black and White. The venue would be the National Exhibition Center in Birmingham, and the date would be the 3rd of March 2012. With that, all of Europe's best players started
that was like almost 14 years ago.
Putting together their trip itineraries. Teams flew out to Birmingham from all over Europe to take their shot at the win. Ruben was on his way to defend his title to get himself that swanky trip to Hawaii and possibly even win the finals. Ruben did his thing and won the Masters Division UK tournament for the 2nd year in a row. Using a team of Hitmontop, Tyranitar, Zapdos, Chandelure, Cresselia, and Metagross, he dominated the competition and got himself first place. Just as many predicted that he might. He was overjoyed, knowing he had secured his spot to attend the finals. However, it wasn't the tournament venue that would be the focus of today's incident. It would be the hotel that was being used for the event. Not only were most of the Pokemon players...
What could possibly be happening in this hotel?
They're staying in the same hotel. Most of them were staying in rooms along the same long hallway. News broke of the event.
What could possibly go wrong?
When Poke Beach, a popular Pokemon website, released a statement about the tournament. They wrote, "The United Kingdom's video game championship took place last Saturday. Ruben Puig-Lisugi was crowned winner of the Masters Division for his 2nd year in a row. However, following the event, he was stripped of his title after allegations of hotel vandalism surfaced. Many people who read up to this point were shocked. Not only had Ruben been stripped of his title, but he had participated in hotel vandalism? What could be the actual story here?
Yeah, what
did that even entail? People were desperate for answers, and that same article would offer some of them. According to several eyewitness accounts, the night before his win, he and members of his team placed their feces in the hallway of the hotel they and other Pokemon players
Literally, why?
Were staying at. The police were called in to escort the players out of the hotel, and they were forced to pay fines. They placed their feces in the hallway. People were just as confused
just for like the funnies
as before. What did it even mean to place feces in the hallway? Not only that, but now the police were involved? Well, more detail would come in the form of statements from other players who were in the hotel that night. Over time, the story would come to be a bit more clear, and it became a story of drunken shit-slinging debauchery. A post on a Spanish website called PokeExperto, when put through Google Translate by forum users, seemed to imply that a single human log had been placed into the hotel hallway as some sort of crude joke. As weird as
just one log.
That is, many others stated that it was actually a lot more than that.
Oh.
A user on the Pokemon World forums named PokeChamp21 chimed in, writing, "After 30 to 40 minutes in my room relaxing with a quick snooze, I awoke to the sound of banging coming from down the hall where the Spanish team were staying in.
Whoa.
It seems that at some point after, they had turned up, and when we went to Weatherspoons, the Spaniards had decided to have a poo fight in the corridor, and
why?
This upset the staff and several guests, naturally, at the hotel enough to call the police and have them leave."
Valid!
Another user named PokeRob corroborated the story, adding a bit more information. He wrote, "I was there when they were getting kicked out. The policeman said adios as well, and I am not certain on what happened, but someone said something about a 100-pound fine and getting kicked out of the hotel."
Damn.
Not only was a prominent VGC player in a scandal, but the scandal involved a drunken poop fight before his victory. It was made even worse by knowing that the police were involved. Things were made even more strange when a player who knew Ruben, one named Pikachima, stated that Ruben had confirmed the story. He wrote, "Ruben told me this himself.
What?
It's all true." It was further confirmed that Ruben's team had completely fallen into shame and that Ruben's victory title had been stripped from him. This was made official when the original runner-up in the event, a man named Ben Kairaiku, was listed as the Masters Division champion on official websites. Many Spanish players reacted in anger as soon as the news hit. It was theorized that the Pokemon Company wanted to make an example out of Ruben, making sure that the family-friendly franchise was protected from such sloppy shenanigans.
Honestly, valid.
The manager of Play Pokemon, who runs the VGC, Dave Schwimmer, commented on the incident. He wrote, "The Pokemon Company International expects its players to maintain high standards of behavior conducive to the family-friendly environment that we foster."
Okay. I feel like if you're partying, there are so many things you could do that isn't just like throwing poop. Like, how was drinking boring? Like, what the fuck?
Pokemon Company International conducts full investigations into any matters where we believe that a player has failed to maintain these standards, and take appropriate action when necessary. In this case, we have found that unacceptable behavior did take place, and we have taken the appropriate steps in response.
Oh my god.
As word continued to spread that the Spanish players had a drunken poop fight in the hotel, rumors began to spread as well. Even though the story was bad enough already, people found ways to make it even worse. Some came to retell the story as if they were slinging untold amounts of butt mud all over the walls and even throwing it at other hotel goers. After all of this, none other than Ruben himself came out to comment on the incident. He said,
"What happened?
The events described by different media all over the internet are in no way true. While one of us may have been involved in an isolated case of vandalism at the hotel where we stayed, this has nothing at all to do with Pokemon, the tournament, or the facilities where the tournament took place. The only consequence..."
I mean, even then, right? You being like a celebrity status Pokemon player, whether you like it or not, you still rep Pokemon. You're like one of their, like, if you're a champion and stuff, you're one of the faces of Pokemon, whether you like it or not. So your behavior, even outside of these tournaments, will still be like connected, if that makes sense.
Of his acts was an economic sanction which was paid immediately. We can't tolerate these attempts at discrediting these Spanish players, some of the most skilled players in Europe, as our behavior during the tournament was not unacceptable in any way. He tried to downplay the situation, saying that they weren't throwing poop, they had merely just pooped in their hotel room and placed it in the hallway for no apparent reason.
Okay.
Ruben also said that he had taken the blame for a friend who was too embarrassed to admit that he had crapped in the hallway, as if Ruben wasn't embarrassed to admit something like that. He said, "We were in our room and we were speaking and talking a little bit loudly. One of my friends took a poo and left it at the corridor wrapped in paper. I told my friend not to do that, but he did it anyway. It was so embarrassing I couldn't say anything at the moment. I said it, probably meant to be I, was the one who had done it because my friend was ashamed to admit that he had done it."
Okay.
He didn't really explain why one of them decided to delicately wrap their nether nuggets into a piece of paper and place it into the hallway at all. A lot of this ended up being corroborated by the man who said he discovered the grisly scene. However, he claimed that it could have been more than just one piece of tush treasure. In his statement,
"Tush treasure is crazy,"
he wrote, "In regards to the incident with the UK VGC, I was the guy who discovered the scene. The gaming media has stretched it somewhat. There was one, maybe two pieces of poo, partially wrapped in toilet roll in the hotel hallway. My older brother informed the staff and it was quickly removed. I think his punishment fits the crime. I have heard rumors, though, that he's also received an indefinite play Pokemon ban, which, if true, even I would have to say is pretty heavy-handed. I would have supported him being banned for the rest of the 2012 season.
Yeah, I think permanent's a little far.
He is a fantastic player, as his previous national and world's records have shown, and it is a shame to lose someone over something so silly. Interestingly, though, other news sources stated that they had defecated into the hallway directly.
Oh.
One wrote, his was not an accidental diarrhea episode caused by nerves. Ruben and his friends left their hotel room just so that they could relieve themselves in the hallway. So what did happen? Did they really have a drunken poo fight? Did they poop directly into the hallway? Did one of them really wrap a turd in a piece of paper and place it into the hallway for no reason? The exact specifics are still pretty unclear. But the story that they placed an undetermined amount of poop into the hallway on paper seems to be the most consistent. Even after all of this, Ruben pled with the Pokemon Company International to reconsider their decision, saying that he was a mere bystander and that he was never the one to make the poops. He still really wanted to go to the finals in Hawaii. He told them, Pokemon is my life. However, they continued to refuse to change their minds. They weren't going to imply that you could do something like this and simply talk your way out of it. Much to Ruben's dismay, his crappy story didn't end here, not at all.
There's more?
He actually made his way into the Guinness Book of World Records. The record he broke was shortest reign as a Pokemon champion. Not only did this article really rub it in that he was stripped from his title, it described what he did, too. Ruben Puiglucigui.
That's actually so fucked.
winner of the UK Masters Division at the Pokemon Video Game Championships on 3 March 2012, held the title for just 3 days, the shortest ever reign as a national Pokemon champion. Ruben was stripped of his title on 6 March 2012.
Oh my god! Wait, that's so sad!
Following an incident in his hotel the night of the championship. And then, at the bottom, it displayed the original post by PokeChamp21 that explained his poo flinging. The incident was set in stone.
Oof.
From his stats, you can see that Ruben's ban on Pokemon really did stick. He was never shown participating in another tournament again. Even if his ban was lifted one day, it's still pretty likely that he wouldn't go back to it, given the untold humiliation he had suffered.
What is he doing
Still,
now?
if Pokemon really was his life, he may find a way to get himself back into the scene eventually. Ruben didn't completely disappear from the internet after what happened, though. He had gotten a bit cocky, but it seemed he was enjoying himself. On YouTube, he described himself as the new Ziz. Ziz was a skinny kid turned bodybuilder that was very popular in the looks-maxing community. He started posting videos of himself dancing shirtless, sporting a haircut
So that's the context.
Very reminiscent of Ziz. However, after posting a few of these videos, he vanished for good. Given that the comments were turned off on one of his 2 new videos, it seems he never got past his poopy accusations.
Man.
Still, this incident was actually said to have led to some other incidents in the Pokemon community being handled very badly. The company, wanting to avoid ever getting bad press about their players like this again, was accused of making certain cases in the community disappear to uphold their image. One player, a man named Mies, came to make a post detailing a problem that he had while at a VGC tournament. The next year, on September 17, 2013, he wrote, "My name is Mies Brenningmeijer. I'm a Pokemon player from the Netherlands that qualified for and participated in the 2013 Pokemon World Championships in Vancouver. On Monday, August 12th, the day after the World Championship, my MacBook laptop as well as many valuable cards were stolen from my luggage at the Bellkeep desk of the Pan Pacific Hotel. These items were stolen by 2 other players,
Oh, you know what? I think I heard of this one.
Gino Lombardi and John Bristow, who were caught on video. Images from the video showing both Gino and John, as well as an accompanying report from security explaining what was seen in these videos, were sent to Dave Schwimmer. Additionally, eyewitnesses, including one who saw John and Gino with the stolen items, messaged Dave what they saw. Mies then leaked to some Imager pages showing his evidence. First, he showed a security report from their hotel. Then he showed the 2 images provided to him from security camera footage that showed the 2 suspects leaving with his bags. He said that, while John returned his cards to him via the mail, Gino never did any such thing. He did get a response from the Pokemon Company, but they said that their hands were tied as it took place at the hotel, not their event. It seemed that their stance on things taking place at the hotels
Yeah, cause like, didn't the poop thing happen in the hotel?
had changed. They wrote, "Mies, thank you for the report. We will file this in John and Gino's files for future reference. We do not feel it would be appropriate for us to take any disciplinary action for this issue. The matter did not take place at the World Championships event and should be handled directly by..." the authorities. Another user named Prodigiosus theorized that it was likely Ruben's incident that led to a lack of action on the company's part and a complete refusal to intervene. He wrote, "Ruben's incident caught on to social media and was passed around the internet, including the popular website Kotaku, while this incident has not blown up nearly as much. I feel that the Pokemon Company International was under a lot of pressure around the incident, and the only logical move would be to ban Ruben over what happened while they were trying to take the easy way out this time. In fact, had Mies not posted about this, I would have just assumed this conflict was dropped. I'm sure that Ruben and the Pokemon community in general would have never assumed that pooping into a hotel hallway would have led to such lasting ramifications.
Yeah.
However, it's safe to assume that if you're going to do something like that, the result won't be anything good. That's not the kind of thing that people move past so easily.
No. You'll be remembered forever, unfortunately.
Once again, thank you for watching my video. If you found it interesting, please give it a like, as it really helps me out in the algorithm, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. These days, I have opened a merch store. There you can buy yourself some merch. I'm also taking ideas for new t-shirts and stuff. If you want, go ahead and follow me on social media. If anything ever happens to the channel, or if you just need to get a hold of me, that's the easiest way to do it. I also really appreciate when people subscribe to my Patreon. There you can get videos early, ad-free, and uncensored. Channel memberships are up too, and you can get most of the same benefits there as well. Once again, this has been your host Kyle. Thank you, and good night.
I'm assuming these are just credits. Damn. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Well, okay. I'm trying to like formulate thoughts. Sorry. Okay. I feel for Ruben. I don't want to say I get it, but like, you know, being young and stupid is like 100% a thing. I don't know if I entirely agree with the permanent ban, because if they weren't able to follow through with like that one guy's ban, then because like they were saying, oh, it happened outside of the venue, so like we can't do anything about it, but Ruben's situation, even though it happened outside of the venue, they were like, well, we're gonna do something about it. I understand. I think definitely if you're a prolific player, right? You, even if you don't want to, you represent Pokemon. If you're a champion, you're gonna be on their social media, their PR and everything, whether you like it or not. So you also have to carry that responsibility. I mean, okay, I'm gonna take to this as like, so I'm a Pokemon judge, right? When I am wearing a Pokemon, like this is actually in our like exam test or like what we're taught. Even if we're outside of the venue and like we're wearing Pokemon like judge shirts or like merchandise or something like that, we're still representing Pokemon and we have to behave like we're representing Pokemon. But yeah, I feel for the guy. I think a permanent ban might have been a little extreme. I've seen people do worse and get like just 1-year bans. But I don't know. I genuinely hope that guy is doing well. I think it's just one of those cases where he was just being young and stupid. I don't think anybody should be like, I guess, remembered for something they done in the past when they probably weren't like mature enough or whatever. Man, that sucks. Pooping in the hallway though, that's an interesting way to celebrate or party. You know, I feel like there's plenty of things you can do that aren't those things. So, oh man, what a shame. What a shame. What did the comments say? Trainer Ruben used gunk shot. I think every true crime channel should have a yearly video where they cover something really stupid, but treat it as if it was just as serious as actual crime. Is this like actually a true crime channel? Oh wow, it is. Wow, this is like serial killers, and then we just have the pro Pokemon player. Oh my god, that's crazy. Wow. Wow. I did not know this was a full-blown true crime channel. There's murder, and then there's truly heinous stuff like this. You know, the bar is in hell, but you always have to be happy when controversies happen around pro Pokemon tournaments and it doesn't involve doing terrible things to kids. You know what? Fair. Oh my god. There's a lot of pro Pokemon player drama. It's crazy. It's also because it's a big community, so when you have a big community like that, you're bound to run into drama like this or like controversies. Yeah. What an interesting case. Again, I really do hope that guy is doing well. I feel bad. Yeah, he fucked up and made a mistake, but I don't think he deserved a lifetime ban. Maybe like a season or 2, but lifetime I feel like is a little extreme. Anyways, we have one last video for today. The total mess of Pokeballs. What is your favorite Pokeball? I think I like the Moonball, personally. But you know, there's a ton of them. I've always been interested. Like, what is it like being a Pokemon inside of a Pokeball? Do you have, like, your own room? Is it, like, a whole, like, other world? What the fuck is going on inside of a Pokeball? So we're gonna watch The Total Mess of Pokeballs by Loxton and Noggin.
The Master Ball, but the Moon Ball was literally complete.
I love the moon ball.
Useless, the typing ball. What the heck is a typing
What is this?
ball? And now we got balls on wheels that track down Pokemon.
What is going on?
Hey, you! I don't like your balls.
That's mean.
I think you need a new one. So you might think you know Pokeballs. I mean, aside from Pikachu itself, Pokeballs are the symbol or icon of the franchise. But of course, in universe, Pokeballs are kinda lame and common sauce. They are the basic ball. They are not great. That's the Great Ball, a straight-up upgrade to the Pokeball with the power of 1.5 Pokeballs. If you don't understand what math means, they multiply the catch rate 1.5 times, so a 50% increase, which isn't the same as 2 Pokeballs, which don't multiply it at all. But still, they are better. So with these around, why keep Pokeballs? I guess you could waste less money by keeping those around for the lesser early route Pokemon, or if you ever want a Shedinja, who you can only get if you have a spare Pokeball. Wait, was that...
What is that?
Yeah, I think that was a fun fact. When Nincada evolves into Ninjask, you can also get a Shedinja, but only if you have both an empty slot in your party and a Pokeball. Not a Great Ball, or any other ball. It has to be a basic Pokeball. Because Shedinja is pretty basic. I mean, it's just the hollowed out husk of an evolved...
Why is he so picky?
Nincada. Just like the shed exoskeletons of real cicadas. And have you ever seen the exoskeleton...
I don't like cicadas. They're really scary.
...of a cicada in a Great Ball? No. I thought not. Great Balls are pretty good, but they are a step below the ultimate. The Ultra Ball doubles the catch rate, making it twice as likely to succeed. And in most situations, it is the ball of choice for experienced trainers. But there are dozens of more options, aren't there? Well, not in Gen 1, which also introduced the Safari Ball, which really were just Pokeballs given to you by the Safari Zones. They are only just as good as Pokeballs, which is to say, they aren't. But do you think the Safari Zones just pay a guy to sit in the back room and paint Pokeballs with camo to match the Safari aesthetic? I'm sure that
I feel like I'd like to work that job.
After doing that thousands of times, they become a master at it, meaning they only mess up maybe 1 in every 65,000 balls. Just like the Master Ball, which multiplies the catch rate by 200.
Yeah, how do they craft that? Do they use like really expensive materials where it's like the Pokemon just can't resist not staying in the box?
155 times, effectively meaning it will always catch the Pokemon. Except the math doesn't quite line up. There is a 0.001526% chance it will fail, or 1 in 65,536, according to urban legend that has since been debunked. Technically, the math is right, and there is that chance of failure. But Game Freak was smart, and to get around that chance of failure, the ball is actually programmed to ignore the check altogether. Meaning, yes, it is guaranteed, which does beg all kinds of ethical questions that we won't get into, but we will get into the other Gen 1 Pokeballs that aren't even in the games. Most of the unique Pokeballs in the anime are just regular Pokeballs with some customizations, such as the starter Pokemon's Pokeballs having the names Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle stuck on them. Pikachu's even has a little lightning bolt. But have you ever noticed that the Pokeballs on the back of the American trading cards are different? The button is on the white part instead of the red. Oh, it's cursed.
Oh no, it's over, guys.
Back in the anime, there's a Meowth named
Ew.
Meowsy who has a custom diamond-encrusted Pokeball. Bruno even has a custom green Pokeball for his Onix in the very first moments of the very first episode. And even in the manga, Bruno had to be extra and used Pokeball nunchucks, and Koga turned one of his into a shuriken. Clearly, just customizations on their end, though. But the Electric Tale of Pikachu manga gives many Pokeballs numbers on the buttons, and even introduces a sort of precursor to the Gigantamax balls, with the Enormo Pokeball X1, a giant Pokeball machine that was needed to catch a particularly spooky giant haunter. In the Pokemon spin-off game, Pokemon Snap, we get Pester Balls, which don't actually catch the Pokemon, it just kinda irritates them. So there is some debate as to whether they count or not. And in the first movie, we get a look at the first truly bizarre Pokeballs, Mewtwo Balls, aka Clone Balls. Truly spooky. These balls not only housed Mewtwo's cloned Pokemon, but could even catch Pokemon who already belonged to a trainer. The colors and the eye motif makes it look super alien, which I suppose is fitting, especially with how they move around. And perhaps this is what triggered a burst of inspiration. Pokeballs were very standard in Gen 1, and didn't see a lot of frills and extra mechanics.
They got the cool ones later down the line.
Until the following generation, which gave us such iconic Pokeball variants like the Friend Ball. Don't you want to catch yourself a new friend? While its catch rate is the same as a Pokeball, it convinces the caught Pokemon that you are, in fact, friendly and sets their friendship value
I am your mother!
to 200 or 150, depending on the game. How does it do that? I'm a bit concerned. Is it just like straight up Stockholming the poor thing? The Love Ball is very impressive when used in a very specific
The Love Ball is so cute.
situation. Let's say you have a female Wooper you want to catch with a Love Ball. In order to get the Love Ball's effects, you have to send out a male Wooper to fight it, and only then will the Love Ball get its 8 times bonus.
You gotta like risk the Pokemon.
Look, Wooper, I got a mate for you. You want to join the team? Wooper. Yeah. Wooper. Yeah, you want to join the team? Woo! I'll take that as a yes. The Lure Ball works like a fishing lure. Notably, Pokeballs do kinda look like fishing bobs already, but these Lure Balls multiply the catch rate by 4 so long as you're fishing. Level Balls multiply the catch rate between 1 and 8 times depending on how much higher leveled your Pokemon is compared to the mon you're catching. The GS Ball is a mysterious event-based Pokeball made of gold and silver and houses Celebi, the Pokemon of the event. And the Moon Ball looks pretty, but is more so pretty worthless. It times 4s the catch rate if it's used on a Pokemon that evolves via a Moonstone. So, at the time, a whopping 4 Pokemon. Except, due to a programming error at the time, it's only as good as a regular Pokeball on them too. It is a complete
Wait, then they lied!
completely useless Pokeball. Even in more recent gens where it works on like 10 Pokemon now. Whoa. But speaking of programming errors, the Heavy Ball has a bug too. It's supposed to add or subtract from the catch rate based on how heavy the Pokemon is. The heavier, the better. Yeah, ow. Very funny. But because of a programming error in Pokemon Crystal, it only actually looks at the weight of Pokemon whose index numbers are divisible by 64. So only 3 Pokemon. Kadabra, Tauros, and Sunflora.
These are very 3 specific Pokemon.
Who aren't even that heavy. These days, the Fast Ball multiplies the catch rate by 4 if the Pokemon's base speed stat is at least 100. But originally, it was made to work that well only on Pokemon who had the ability to flee, which would have been very helpful for Abra and the legendary beasts, but again, it's lame sauce and only cares about Magnemite, Grimer, and Tangela thanks to programming errors. The Sport Ball, aka the Competition Ball or the Park Ball, is really just another custom Pokeball. It has a Pokeball painted on it, which seems needless, but I guess that's how they denote that this is the Pokeball given to you for the bug catching contest. It has a much more unique look in the manga and anime at least, which is also where we find some more unique balls, like the Lake Ball or the Battle Park Balls.
Dude, wait, Loki the Lake Ball's sick!
Customly evil Team Rocket Balls. These wicked looking dark balls. This antique
Why don't we have these in the games?
Pokeball, and this even more antique Pokeball featuring a twist top. There's even a solid crystal Pokeball created by the reality-bending Pokemon Unknown, perhaps making it the first and only Pokeball made by a Pokemon. And we see more gym leaders and such modifying their Pokeballs into weapons of sorts. Bugsy's got one on a net, Faulkner has helicopter boomerang balls, and Erica catches Pokemon with a bow.
Boomerang balls is crazy.
Arrow-style ball, which we would later see in Sun and Moon.
Oh hey, that reminds me, I love how the old anime just lets Pokeballs do whatever. Like, remember the time Ash tried to catch a Mankey, but instead caught a Ridge wallet from today's sponsor instead? It's a classic!
What?
The makers of the #1 wallets, Ridge, have made them even better now with MagSafe wallets that connect to the backs of MagSafe-compatible smartphones without blocking their chargeability. Talk about convenient! You can even upgrade your existing Ridge wallets with simple plate swapping. But why are they #1? That's easy, because they aren't needlessly bulky like traditional wallets, and the RFID blocking material prevents scammers from sneakily scanning your butt for all your card information. Plus, they are built tough, hence their confidence with the lifetime warranty. And I love Ridge's key case accessory, keeping your keys in a convenient and secure holding device so they don't jingle about and stab your legs. They even make durable and smooth to write with pens for your EDC, and fashionably minimalist rings for your hand parts. Hats too! For some reason, it's not too late to get your dad a super dadly gift for Father's Day. So Ridge is offering up to 40% off because dads love nothing more than a great deal. Check them out at ridge.com/Lockston. Link in the description, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Unlike how I am with some Gen 3 balls. Like the Premier Ball. We're talking about Gen 3 now.
I like Premier Balls, but the fact that the only thing that makes him special is like, oh, you get this cool looking ball if you buy 10 Pokeballs from the shop. Like, what?
The Premier Ball is really just an all-white Pokeball, and that's all there is to it. The Luxury Ball also doesn't help you catch any Pokemon, though it at least doubles how quickly their friendship with you grows. Equally useless is the Nest Ball, which does some...
It's good in the TCG.
Complicated math, like 41 minus the Pokemon's level divided by 10 to the catch rate, but only if the Pokemon is between level 1 and 29. But at that point, just use, like, any other ball. And the Dive Ball? It's of limited use. It multiplies the catchitude by 3.5 if you're currently diving underwater, which was a Gen 3 gimmick. So the very next gen, they changed it to just water-dwelling Pokemon in general, which is pretty redundant because Gen 3 also introduced the Net Ball, which is like both a bug-catching and fishing net. It works 3.5 times better if the Pokemon is bug or water type. So after Gen 3, it's just a Dive Ball with more versatility.
It's the same shit.
The Repeat Ball is good for shiny hunters, as it does its 3.5 times
a shout out to the Repeat Balls. I cannot tell you how many of these I bought.
Multiplication if you already have the Pokemon in your decks. The Repeat Ball is good for shiny hunters, as it does its 3.5 times multiplication if you already have the Pokemon in your decks. The Repeat Ball is good for shiny hunters, as it does its 3.5 times multiplication if you already have the Pokemon in your decks. Make it stop! The Timer Ball works better the more turns there have been in the battle. After 10 turns, it reaches its max power at 4 times. So they're perfect to stock up on when battling hard-to-catch legendaries. There's also this mysterious yellow Pokeball owned by Glacia that we never see anywhere else.
What is that?
The card game gives us...
Maybe she just like painted it, I don't know.
A look at some of Team Magma and Aqua's custom Pokeballs, and Team Rocket's Pokeballs have a new look too. But Team Rocket in the anime got a bit more creative though. Special operatives Annie and Oakley have special Pokeballs in unique colors featuring their Kissy Lips logo. There's a giant clay doll who resides in a giant stone Pokeball, and another ancient relic is this strange Pokeball that actually holds the soul of a human, an ancient king. And manga,
let it out.
Otherwise, we finally get a break, unless you count Giovanni's custom Deoxys Pokeball with DNA on it. But that's just the Kanto starter balls again, really, with different words. Generation 4 then gave us the last big batch of all new Pokeballs, and features some of the most utilized Pokeballs outside of the original games. And the Dusk Ball is not one of them. It just multiplies the catch rate by 3 if it's nighttime.
I love Dusk Balls.
Or you're in a cave. But the Quick Ball! Round of applause!
Shout out to the Quick Ball!
Everyone, for the Quick Ball, it multiplies the catch rate by 5. Sure, it's only effective on the first turn, but often, that's all you need. So wait, you're saying I don't need to play the game anymore? I can just huck these and flee or reload if it doesn't work? I'll take 1,000! Truly, is any Pokeball as used and craved for and cherished as the Quick Ball? Perhaps not. But the Cherish Ball is iconic.
We love the Quick Ball in this household.
While you never get them to catch other Pokemon with, most event-based Pokemon come in these now. Their striking color and design really makes them pop, and design-wise, I do think this is my favorite. Unlike the newer Park Ball, which is just a yellow Pokeball with a red button. But it's just as good as the Master Ball, and that is not a joke. It just only happens to work if you're currently in Pal Park. The Heal Ball is another, mostly useless Pokeball. On top of just being a pink and cream Pokeball, it will fully restore caught Pokemon, which doesn't matter, like, at all, especially if they're just going straight to your box. So, like, unless you're doing a Nuzlocke challenge or a no Pokemon Center challenge or something like that, they are pretty needless. Why did they think this was needed or wanted? And same with all the Pokeball customization sparkle effects known as stickers, seals, and capsules.
I love those things! I remember when you could spell fuck with the sticker.
It's cool, but kind of needless. But yeah, in Gen 4, you could customize your Pokeballs a bit with seals. In the anime, they were like clear things you would put your Pokeballs in, which made your Pokeballs look purpley because the clear blue mixed with the red of the ball. But inside of that seal, you could add all kinds of different sparkly effects that when you release your Pokemon and stuff. It sounds nice and plenty fun, but some of the things you can put in them are letters, which of course led to mistakes. Learning from their mistakes, Game Freak removed the...
Wait, let's read it. I'm gay. Fortnite.
mistakes. Learning from their mistakes,
What do you mean that wasn't a mistake? That wasn't a
feature in
mistake.
the following games, where they also only introduced one new Pokeball. The Dream Ball is even more pink than the Heal Ball, and it goes 4 times
Dream
as
Ball
hard
is
if
so
the Pokemon
nice.
is sleeping. Or at least that's how it functions now. But originally, it was only used in Entry Forest, where it too had a near perfect catch rate, multiplying the rate by 255.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
it got nerfed pretty hard. The Gen 5 anime also introduced only one new ball, and it's pretty fishy in all honesty. It looks like a
fuck
Pokeball
is
with
that?
a fish sticker on it. No wonder it's just named the Fishing Pokeball. And even the Gen 5 card game gave us but a single new Pokeball, the Team Plasma Ball. At least there's a lot
remember
less
that.
text than the Magma and Aqua Balls. When it comes to spin-off games, we also only get one new ball, the Typing Ball, in Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure.
What the fuck is that? I've never heard of that game.
It's an edutainment game that teaches you how to type. It was still on the DS
would've
though,
loved
so
that.
it came with this Bluetooth keyboard for the DS. In-game, these were the Pokeballs you would throw by typing, hence the T design in the ball. Moving on to Gen
Wait,
6,
that's low-key
there's
kind of cool.
nothing. Not in the games, not in the manga, nor the anime, nor the cards. There is not a single new Pokeball of any kind in Gen 6. Not even the, like,
We got, well, the last one I can remember is like the Hisuian balls, but do those count?
slight variations or slightly customized ones, like that
Trey.
fish sticker. At most, you could say the Team Magma and Aqua Balls got redesigns, but they're still just look slightly
What the
different.
fuck
Nothing.
was that Sonic
So,
tweet? Do you not think Werehog Sonic is hot? I don't see a problem.
moving on to Gen
Werehog Sonic is hot. No questions asked.
7 now. There's Beast Balls. Beast
The
Balls
Beast
were developed with the
Balls. The
express
Mr.
purpose
Beast
of
Balls.
catching Ultra Beasts as opposed to Pokemon, which they barely work with. It was the only Pokeball that worked
I'm sorry, I said it earlier and I'm gonna say it again. Werehog Sonic is hot and him transforming did something to me.
worse than the regular default
It altered my brain chemistry.
Pokeball, cutting the catch rate into 1/10 of what it was originally, unless you were trying to catch an Ultra Beast, at which point it multiplies it by 5. Similarly, Ultra Beasts always reduced the catch rates of the balls you try to catch them with, unless it's a Master Ball or a Beast Ball, which only adds to the confusion of whether they truly are Pokemon.
I don't know if they're Pokemon. They might just be aliens.
But that's not this video. Like the Sport Ball before, the Catch Race Pokeball is only for the Catch Race event in the 21st movie. And with that, we're already moving on to Gen 8, where the
Gen
Team Rocket
8!
Balls get yet another redesign. Very
Those
cool.
are so
And there's also
cool,
special
though.
Dynamax Pokeballs, though this seems to be more a temporary form Pokeballs can take when dealing with Dynamax shenanigans, rather than a whole new ball in and of itself. Competitors in Pokemon Unite use these special Unite Balls that you see around all the time. And then Legends
didn't
Arceus
even
comes out
realize
and
that.
rewrites the history of Pokeballs. But what's important for us here is the 11 new Pokeballs we got. Granted, most are just variations. You've got the Hisuian Pokeball,
He just has these on hand? Where'd he get
which
these?
is just a worse, older Pokeball. And I do mean worse. Rather than not multiplying the catch rate at all, it actually reduces the catch rate, multiplying it by 0.75.
Yikes!
The Hisuian Great Ball is the same as the regular Great Ball, but is Hisuian, so it looks different, but statistically it's the same as a Great Ball. And then the Hisuian Ultra Ball is, better than the regular Ultra Ball, giving us a multiplication of
insane.
2.25. I guess that's where the 0.25 from the Hisuian Pokeball went. The Hisuian Heavy Ball is similar in concept to the regular Heavy Ball, though functions differently, given this game's somewhat more action-focused gameplay. This ball cannot be thrown as far, but works better when the Pokemon being caught hasn't noticed the player yet. It's like a stealth ball. Then there's the Leaden and Gigaton balls, which function the same, but with higher numbers, as they are just upgrades. I hope it means leaden, as in it's just heavier, and not that there's literal lead in there, which would be fitting of the time period the game takes place in, but still, lead poisoning is no joke. Even mild exposure gives you boomeritis.
Very swag money.
On the flip side, there's the
That was really cringe, I'm sorry.
Feather Ball, which can be thrown much faster and further than regular balls, and get a bigger bonus when the Pokemon you're catching is flying. The Wing and Jet Balls are just upgrades of it, but then the Origin Ball is a special ball made from parts of the red chain. It serves a single purpose, to catch either Origin form Dialga or Palkia after defeating them, and that it does. There is one more kind of strange ball in Legends Arceus, and I'm sure many haven't experienced it. It's the Strange Ball. It's not a ball you can actually get in the game on its own, but rather, if you transfer a Pokemon from home into PLA, the ball it was in appears as a Strange Ball as long as you're in PLA. Likely because of Arceus timeline shenanigans, you shouldn't be sending balls of the future into the past. You start getting my own grandpa paradoxes. Now, we may be done with the games, but the anime hasn't been this active in making new balls since Gen 1, so buckle up. There's a literal box load of them. Firstly, the most iconic new ball of the Pokemon Horizons anime is the Ancient Pokeball.
Wait, that's so sick!
They surely haven't used before. And it's not some one-off treasure owned by Royd's grandfather. Multiple Ancient Pokeballs have been found now. But there is more than that. There are these fancily ornate metal Pokeballs, and an even fancier and more ornate variant.
Can they please put these in the game? These are so pretty.
These rocket balls with jet propulsion go fast and perfectly straight without arcing down. The boomerang balls come right back even if you miss your target. Bomb balls explode in a puff of pink smoke. And that's it. They're not very helpful. And chase balls are essentially heat-seeking missiles, except they seek Pokemon and drive towards them on little adorable—
Who made these?
Wheels. I particularly like the antenna and how it points at the nearest catchable Pokemon, and I hope that of all of the prototype Pokeballs
I love Galarian wheezing.
seen so far, this
Such a
is
cool
the
guy.
one that sticks around. It probably won't, though. And that, as of recording, is every Pokeball to my knowledge. Let me know if I missed any, particularly if they are more than just a Pokeball with a sticker or some writing on it. Is this a new Pokeball now? No.
Yes.
It's trash. But what about Pokeball Pokemon? How does Magearna fit into this equation?
Yeah, what
Or
the heck?
Fungus, or heck, Voltorb? Well, if you've ever wondered that about Pokeball Pokemon, we've already done a video on it, so check that out here, and never stop using your noggin, please.
That was awesome. That was a fun video. I always love Loxton and Noggin's videos. Or is it? Yeah, Loxton and Noggin. I always love their videos. Their videos are so freaking fun. Anyways, gamers, I'm gonna wrap up stream because I got stuff I need to do today. But it was fun hanging out with you guys. The next time I'm streaming, the next stream. If you don't leave yet, guys. Don't leave yet, because the next stream is gonna be a fun stream. Trust. You guys remember a while back when I was like talking about like, oh man, you know, it'd be really fun if I I was part of like a Pokemon D&D or like a TTRPG campaign. Well, guess what, gamers? It's happening, and it's happening on Thursday. And one of my dear friends, Alessa, she had created a campaign for me and my friends to play in called Secret of Miss Mountain. So the first campaign will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's gonna be me, Nova, Joel, and Slimbo. We're gonna be journeying into the Iskand region, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Me and the others took a lot of time creating our characters, so hopefully it'll be a fun time for you guys. So please stop by. By the way, the subathon timer won't be going on during this stream. I should probably stop the subathon timer now, but I hope you guys can come by while we start our journey. So yeah, this will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, so please come by, hang out with us while we play a Pokemon D&D campaign. But other than that, I'm gonna head out. If you haven't done so yet, join my Discord server. That is the best way to know whenever I'm live, any schedule changes and all the sorts. Also, follow me on all my socials, Poseidon Mythos, on everything. And buy my merch. Go buy my merch. Go buy my merch. Go buy my merch! Anyways, I'm gonna go head out and probably prep for locals tonight. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!